everyone. Welcome back, fellas. Scoot in. This is a family show. We're all one big family. Anyway, guys, welcome, gals, welcome to the program. Happy to have you here. Carson still looks like he's off in a faraway island nation. That's okay. Anyway, guys, gals, welcome to the program. This is Q&A. This is where you ask questions, and hopefully we're able to answer them.
There we go.
That is our job here. Now,
Absolutely.
usually it's about detailing, sometimes about cars.
It's 100% about detailing.
Sometimes about
with the
life.
exception about talking about hairdos today. I think that's going to be the theme.
So for those who are listening, you may be hearing
hairdos.
multiple voices, and I'm going to walk you through everybody that you're going to hear today. So
Thanks,
first of
Dane.
all, I'm your host, Dane Hennon. That's right. I'm usually the host on here, but I wanted to mix things up with Anthony and Sydney, both out at Mobile Tech Expo right now.
Carson, Sydney.
Cool show. They're just they're doing something else. So we have a fun lineup here. Obviously, I've got Gabe Garcia to my left.
What's up, guys?
Yes. And to my right, I've got Carson Black.
What's going on? It's weird being behind the mic rather than washing the car today, so it's kind of nice.
It's kind of nice,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. It's
You
super
just get to
nice.
chill.
Yeah,
And, of course,
it's
it
nice.
wouldn't be a complete show without our detailer, fellow friend Lucas Blaine. Welcome.
Heck yeah,
What's
Lucas.
going on, guys? Thanks for having me. I know you guys miss me so much.
Well, Lucas, we see you every day. What are you talking about?
I'm
But
talking
they
to the
don't.
audience.
But I will say, one thing Lucas does extremely well is he services them customers so well. So
Darn
shout
right.
out to Lucas and Tabby and Aaron for customer service care here at the Rad Company, because without those guys, holy smokes, no warranties or, any issues solved, right?
Yeah.
So what do you got
this is
going on
true.
today, Lucas?
I'm so glad you
This is
asked,
the Gabe
Gabe.
show,
So,
dude, this is the Gabe show. He's running it.
hey,
It's Lucas's job right
look
now.
what time it is. Gabe's still talking. So, what we got behind me today is this filthy Honda CR-V. So, if we come back here, maybe do an angle change real quick. It's pretty thrashed. You know what I'm saying? So, what we got here today is we got an assortment of some products that I like to use in my personal garage. So, this is going to be pretty much my detailing process. So we're going to do the wheels. We got a little bit of ADS, tire, wheel cleaner, some beads to give it some protection at the end, some active foam for a pre-wash, some shampoo plus for the contact wash. And then, so this car is coated, so I don't plan on doing any like claying or any crazy decon work, but I am going to use FSE at the end for my drying aid just to get up any sort of leftover mineral deposits or anything, because I am going to be topping it up with ceramic spray sealant from Armor, some panel prep. And then depending on time and seeing how we're looking and whatnot, I think we're going to try and coat some of the glass. So we're going to get that coated and then starting to gloss gumi for tire dressing, and that should round out the detail.
What is your coating choice? I can't
Nice.
necessarily see it on the screen.
That's a good point. This is Armor's glass coating. Solid coating. Fantastic.
Nice.
I'm a fan.
It'll be nice to see that done on another vehicle, because last week, of course, we had that done at Delaney's Jeep Wrangler. So
Yep.
seeing
Yes,
it now
that's
on
right.
a different car is always good. Try and get a variety of cars in here. Obviously we can pick around from the parking lot, but when we get something else in here, it is kind of fun. So
Yeah.
appreciate that
Heck
to
yeah.
everybody who contributes. Anyway, fellas, back
We
here
get
at the
after
desk
it.
while Lucas gets started doing his thing.
Sweet.
Anything we want to touch on this
Yeah.
week before we move on to the questions and comments?
Big reminder for everybody, we got TRSEMA coming. I know that that has been on my forethought, especially with everything going on with our team, just working and trying to get stuff done. So that's coming March 30th through April 2nd. So you're going to want to put those dates down. We are going live. We got a lot of cool things happening with different brands, a lot of extra people coming. I know Carson's got Grand Ambassador stuff happening simultaneously. So definitely put that on your calendars. You're not going to want to miss it.
Yeah, and then of course MTE. So
Yep.
MTE is happening right now. That's why Anthony's gone. So if
Yep.
you're there, of course you're probably not watching this, but if you catch it on the replay,
You got other
Check it out.
detailing things to do. And
Yeah.
Sydney is there too.
Yep.
So,
Sydney
yeah.
and Anthony are over there. So go say hi.
Both
Say
folks.
hi to
Now, Carson, as far as you being at the table here, Grand Ambassador stuff, people may be curious because they haven't necessarily seen it yet, have they?
Yeah.
When's that coming out, the announcements?
yeah. So Grand Ambassador of the Year has been picked, so that's super exciting for the folks that have been following that. We've kind of been a little quiet on that front, so stay tuned.
All right.
But coming soon, so keep a lookout on Instagram in the next couple days, and you may see something on that.
Cool. I know I made those graphics. That's why I brought it up. I was like, all right, I've done my part.
Yep.
It's in your hands now.
Absolutely.
All right, so Lucas has got the water running. I think we can get the ball rolling, fellas. What do you say?
Let's
do it.
hit it.
Let's get those comments going. All right, starting things off, I'm going to kick it over to David Boyce with the first comment. That wasn't me today. David is saying what, Carson?
Oh, man. Has Anthony been released from the Idaho Penitentiary yet? Can't he be released in home confinement? Hi, Anthony, wherever you are. I think so. Who knows?
Yeah, I just talked to Anthony. Sounds like
Did
he's
you?
doing good. Yeah, he's in a hotel room with Brodel. They are about to do dinner tonight.
Okay.
Got the booth set up, and tomorrow's the first day of MTE. So they are pre-MTE, just chilling.
Cool.
I think it sounds like.
Cool. I think he was
runs-
over. Was he over at Matt's house?
He said he was going to try to meet up with Matt yesterday.
Okay.
He's been visiting family and stuff, I think, at the villages. His family's near Matt, so I think they were going to try to connect yesterday. I didn't ask. Hopefully.
I think I heard him say he was visiting. So, yeah, no, that would be cool. All right, next up, thank you, David. We've got Alex Dewar.
Catching
saying?
this one later. Love you all. Have major MTE FOMO. Oh, Alex.
I think there are several people who have that. So if you're missing it, I'm sure we'll have Anthony here possibly next week, if not the week after, to tell you all about his experience.
Oh, yeah.
And Sydney as well. All right. Eric DIY saying, happy Thursday. Did my first full decon, polish, and ceramic coating over the weekend. Was super nervous, but couldn't be happier with the results. Appreciate the tons of help and tips from the team. That's awesome,
Heck
Eric.
yeah, Eric.
Congrats,
Glad
Eric. That's
we were
awesome.
You
able to help
gotta
out.
gotta try it out. It's not super hard, even if you leave high spots. Am I right there, Carson?
All right, dude. We're not starting this early.
That's why I put these two at the table today, is because I knew these
And
guys are
far
going to
away.
crosstalk like crazy.
Far away.
No,
from each other.
we're best buds.
Yeah, it's a harsh friendship.
We love each other.
It's like that one brother that you had that's like way older than you.
That's not
Oh,
true.
boy.
like 20 years older than you. That
Are you saying I'm old?
Oh, very.
Freaking kidding me.
Okay.
This
I like
is-
how I'm dodging
All
these
right.
bullets
The
when
one
I'm
who
older than
shall
Gabe.
remain
No, it's
nameless.
fine.
Happy.
Yeah.
We should call him Wilson. I'm feeling Wilson.
Okay. One who shall remains nameless
Is Wilson.
His name today is Wilson.
Happy Friday, Junior TRC family from the... Oh, he's Junior's referencing you, Carson. Happy Friday, Junior TRC family from the cold south coast of Massachusetts. I hope everyone is staying warm and doing well. We are. It's not too cold here.
We had our first snow yesterday.
Yeah.
I was so excited to see actual white stuff on the ground.
It
Was,
lasted a whole whopping
fun
3
change of
hours,
pace.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The winter.
2-hour
well,
commute. It was great.
the
Yeah.
winter lasted about 3 hours. The
Just in
afternoon
time
came
for
and
commute.
burned it all up.
Yeah.
All right. So then we've got a follow-up saying, if you could all pick one product from each category, what would they be? For an example, wheel cleaner, glass cleaner,
So-
pre-wash. Doesn't have to be something you sell. So could be anything.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Carson, well, actually, Gabe.
No, go
ahead,
for it,
and
Carson.
then
Carson, you go first.
So from like each category or just like one?
I don't want to make this a whole long
Okay.
thing, so let's just pick a particular category where you're like, that's a standout for me.
I have a standout lineup.
Yeah,
Do we
how
wanna-
about you start with
okay,
that?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So for wheels, I'm picking alkaline wheel cleaner because
Okay.
it's just a sledgehammer for anything. For tires, I'm going to go ADS tire cleaner. For pre-wash, I'm going to go Green Star because Green Star would be my pre-wash and my interior plastic cleaner. I'm going to go probably GSF for my foam wash because intermix GSF with Green Star, it's fantastic. And then I'm going to go with Amplify for my topper. And then for my interior, I'm going to do Express for my interior cleaner. So
Okay.
that's
I see kind of what you're doing. Okay.
yeah, that's how I kind of categorized it in my mind.
I'm gonna go wheel cleaner. I'm gonna go ADS wheel cleaner.
'Kay.
Because it's safe on all finishes.
Ah,
So tire cleaner, throwing a curveball here. Optimum power clean.
Yeah.
Power Clean is a sleeper.
Power.
that
An
we
oldie,
haven't-
but a goodie.
It
Yeah.
is a goodie.
As far as a like pre-wash, I will agree with you. Multi-star or not multi-star. Green Star is great.
Yep.
I have been liking Decon Soap by ADS, so either one of those are great. And then foam wash, I really have been liking Shampoo Plus right now.
Shampoo Plus is
Shampoo
pretty
Plus.
nice. What about your interior? If you had to pick one product for the interior.
So
Cleaning.
I used MZR.
Okay.
I used it when it came out a little bit, but like reused it again just at a really simple, like 20 to 1.
Yeah, your interior is not that dirty.
It wasn't
typically.
super dirty at all, but I was still pulling dirt from my gray interior, gray leather.
Yeah.
And it was phenomenal. So shout out to MZR. I'm going to go with MZR.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Next up, I've got... Wait, nope, that's David Boyce already saying the same thing again. Let's see. I'm going to kick it over to RCG saying, love the videos and info you provide to us DIY guys from Dallas. So happy to have you here. And if you haven't watched too many of these shows, please, we look forward to having you around more.
So, and the other thing I want to kind of plug, if you will.
Sure.
So, RCG1ZR, if you go to our Amazon, so like all the brands we carry, we do weekly Amazon Lives. You can follow us on those storefront channels because we actually break down each week. We pick a category or a product and we talk about it in depth. Typically it's Sydney and I, and we do an educational piece on those on Amazon as well. So that is another platform that we have really been pushing as well. So you guys can actually follow us on those separate storefronts and get the notifications when we go live. So, yeah.
All right. Then I got Viking Swede here telling us in Quebec it's a balmy 10 degrees. That is cold.
That is
That
cold.
is really cold.
That's
I'm so glad I'm not in
very
Quebec
cold.
right now.
Then Mac Bergson with a happy Friday Eve, everyone.
Heck
Happy
yeah.
Friday, Mac.
Happy to have you here, Mac. And Neil White is saying what, Carson?
Hey TRC, greetings from soon-to-be snowy Atlanta, Georgia. We've been
Heck
there.
yeah, I've been
We've
there,
all been
yeah,
there. All three of us
Atlanta.
have been
But
here.
have you been there when it snowed?
No.
Because I have, and let me tell you, everybody there has bald tires. It's
That is
crazy.
I don't expect anything less.
I was one of like 5 people at the event we were at who knew how to drive in the snow. Everyone else was just like, "Oh, it's the scariest thing ever. You drive, you drive." It was the weirdest feeling. Like, hold on.
Yeah, that's got to be interesting.
Yeah,
Well,
it was
yesterday
really
was
already
like
crazy.
that. Yesterday was like that. It snowed
Oh,
for
yeah.
the first part of the day. And I think on the news they said there was
Yeah.
over 50 wrecks. I'm like,
50 wrecks, yep.
what is
In
happening?
just our county.
What is happening?
Yeah.
You
I
guys have
almost
never
got
seen
into a wreck.
snow before? Oh yeah, you did.
Possibly. Some of them haven't. So, it happens. Before we move on, I do want to check in with Lucas. Hey, Lucas, how's it going over there? You noticing any good, any bad? What's up with the products?
Well, let me tell you about it. So I got these 2 wheels on the passenger side, so to speak. These have been cleaned up. It's turning out pretty well. Cleaning up better than I expected. I thought I was going to need 2 rounds of tire cleaner. Seems like one's doing the trick. Going to do the driver's side, and then we're on to the pre-wash.
So are you doing a little ADS tire, ADS wheel, and then foaming some brake buster on there?
That's exactly what I'm doing, Carson.
He is literally
My
going
God,
ham.
is that full strength
Now-
brake buster?
now-
That's full strength brake buster.
Yeah,
Lucas,
that's right.
Lucas,
It's coming out the tip like 10 to 1. You know what I'm saying?
I have a question for you.
Yeah, I got an answer.
So we've got people, and when I've done the wash, I know when Carson has done the wash, people are like, hey, why do you have so many flipping products on that cart? You don't need that many products. Do you want to give your answer as to why you have multiple products and potentially products that are outside a brand name? A particular single brand name?
Yeah, so I like what I like, you know what I mean? So I just kind of play around with, find which products I like from different brands for each use case. The products I'm using are specialized for those use cases. So sure, could I use an all-purpose cleaner for wheels and tires? Absolutely, but why would I do that when I can clean the tires better with a dedicated tire cleaner, clean the wheels better with a dedicated wheel cleaner, have that iron remover added it? Like, there's specialty products for certain reasons.
Yep.
I'm
look at the
going
camera.
on a
Look at the
tangent. I
camera.
don't really know how to explain
Look at
this,
the camera.
but all I want you guys to know is that
You got it.
we're not overdoing it. We're not overcomplicating it. This is detailing done right, guys. Like, come on.
Well, and it gives you that opportunity to kind of do a little bit of testing on each product and where you find where it fits within your process too.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you're killing it, man. Keep doing your
Heck
thing.
yeah.
You're slaying it.
Planning on
I'm the same way. I get it.
All right, we'll let him be.
Yeah.
Let's bring back the comments with
All right.
fine detailing.
Oh, I know that guy.
None other than
I know
Ryan.
that guy.
Oh, my
saying
God.
A team right there is what he says. Dane, how
Yes.
about we do this to make it easy?
I'm so glad that
I'll
guy's
read
got
a
his channel
comment,
back.
Dane reads a comment, Carson reads a comment, and then it comes back. We figure out a pattern. You know what I'm saying?
The simpler, the better for me.
Yeah, that way Dane doesn't have to go, Carson, what does he say right there?
Well, the point
I
is to
get what
kind
you're
of make
saying.
it a fun flow and
Yeah.
keep you guys on your toes.
Oh,
but if
trust
you
us.
want to do it this way,
no, let's.
No, I like the touch
Please,
part.
Dan Pfeiffer.
No, Dane, it's your turn. I read the last one.
Dan Pfeiffer is my man here. Dan Pfeiffer's always coming in with the word up. So good afternoon and word up from the still frozen tundra
Oh, wow.
of Minnesota, USA. Happy Friday Eve to your
Happy
gang.
Friday,
Thank you,
Dan. It's good seeing you, man.
Happy Friday.
Dan the man.
Oh,
All
Friday
right.
Eve,
And
yeah.
another fellow Minnesotan checking in with a hi all from DIY with Kane.
What's going
now,
on?
Gabe,
Nice.
this is where we start our
Well, technically, that
rolling
one
names.
would have been Carson.
It's
on the
pretty
last one.
short, though. So some of these are going to be really short.
Oh.
I want to get the substantive ones out there. But, Gabe, go ahead
Okay.
and take this.
Read the first line. You got
Bon-
to.
please.
Buongiorno, amigo from Belgica.
That's not
Belgica?
even close. Did you say Belgique?
I don't know. How do you say that, Dane? Just set up. Just
sorry.
set up my 8
You
by
wanted to
4
read 'em.
meter, 26 by 13 foot, rainproof and shadow, providing tent. Happy to join y'all. We're happy you could be here, Michael.
Thanks, you.
Michael DeBlau
Yeah,
doing his
thank you
thing.
for being
Thank you,
here.
sir. All right. Next up, I've got Cervantes. What's David saying?
That's you.
Well, it's Carson this time.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're bouncing around.
What's up? What's going on, David? Thank you for being here.
Appreciate you, David. All right. See, this is where it gets clunky. If I keep it flowing, I got to flow. That's
No,
why
no,
I'm the
you're good,
host
Dave.
here. I
Alright,
keep
you
things
do your
moving.
thing.
You do you. Well,
Don't
we
let
got a way to
Gabe
do
run
this.
your
We'll
show.
adjust
This
to
is your
next
show.
week. We'll adjust to next week.
No,
Next
this
week,
is your
Carson.
show.
Yeah,
Next
this
week,
is-
I won't be here. You
Yeah.
guys can do whatever you
Oh,
want,
no.
and the
It's gonna
audience
be
can
a
decide if
mess.
they like
Anthony
it or
will
not.
be here though too.
I'm gonna run the comments.
No, that's a disaster.
All right, so Neil White here saying, I love how you guys wash and detail vehicles other than Beamers and Audis. You know,
What?
there's nothing wrong with Beamers and Audis, but we do get a
So-
little bored if we're only doing the
Okay,
same
Dane.
thing.
Neil
every
White,
time.
I will say
No,
this.
no, but Carson,
Dane.
I think I get what he's putting down, and it is not a dig at you.
Oh, he's
buddy.
referencing all the short plays of the blue beamer
No,
in the background.
no,
That's
Neil,
what he's
we got.
referencing.
I needed clarification here.
Yep.
No.
We got to settle this. This is
Basically, whenever it's short day to film shorts, it's Carson washing his car. Is
well,
what
my
he's saying.
car needs things,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
I don't want to ask people to wash their car, and I want a clean car,
Oh.
and so boom, there you go. I solved two problems at
Yeah,
once.
Carson,
And there
there
you
is
go.
nothing wrong with washing your 3 Series in here. I have no issue with it. I'm picking up what Neil's putting down. What
No,
he's
I get
talking
it.
about are probably other channels that only seem to wash Beamers and Audis.
Yeah.
I hear you, Neil. I hear you.
I
Okay.
should bring a Beamer or an Audi from the dealership so you guys can see how unglamorous that is. It is pretty terrible.
All
Pretty
right. Well,
terrible.
DIY with Kane wants to shout out Lucas, calling him a customer service
He
ninja.
is. He really is.
Wherever the camera is. Dane?
Right there. Right there.
Kane, appreciate you, my guy.
That's what it's all about. All right. Next up, I got Viking Swede, Gabe.
Anthony Fisher is sick stuff here. Oh, AF is sick. It's
active
stuff.
phone, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Anthony
No, I'm
Fisher
sorry.
is
AF. We
sick.
refer to Anthony as AF here. So active foam is sick stuff here. Yes, it definitely is.
It's great
And
on road salt.
for those who don't know, this is one thing that with Anthony and Sydney, a lot of times they're talking to people who kind of already know
Yeah.
what all these products are, and you hear like acronyms and stuff. I try and come in here and kind of like, I don't want to say dumb it down. I just want to hit it with like layman's terms so
Okay.
people understand. When you say active foam or you say AF, like
Push
there are
cam.
people who are brand new here,
Yeah.
have no clue what you're talking about. Don't know it's a product name or a brand or any
But
of that stuff.
I will say this: I'm hoping people throw out some good detailing questions today.
Well, they certainly will, as long as we build out this basis here to begin
Okay.
with. But point is,
Active foam
Active
is sick
foam.
stuff. Yes.
Yeah, Coach
yes.
Kemi Active Foam.
thank you.
Yes.
Carson.
Wow.
Yeah, I really didn't want to have to spell it out for him, but Carson got it. We got there. All
Yeah,
right.
spelling's not
Thank
my
you.
forte. Apparently.
All right, Lucas.
Yeah.
This is the other Lucas, not you, Lucas. Although, Lucas, you know what? Why don't you read a question?
I got you. Hi guys, sending regards from Slovakia. Happy to see real MVPs. Gabe, Carson, Lucas, you rock. Dane, nice to see you as well. Yeah. Shout out you, Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas.
Man,
oh my gosh.
This is why Lucas is here. He keeps it moving, buddy.
Which one?
He keeps it moving.
Yeah.
All right, Eric is Gabe's here.
What?
There we
you're
go.
asking me to read it. This is why it's confusing, Dane. Looking forward to getting that advice from you guys who can actually get their hands dirty.
Dang.
Thank you. We do.
Yeah.
Seriously, I will say the last 2 weeks in this studio space, we have been every single day filming content.
Yeah.
Carson and I have been on more productions, this time in front of the camera. And in fact, in the coming weeks, I think this coming week on, you're going to start seeing more Carson and I on main channel videos as well.
Mm-hmm.
We are working on that. So please be very careful with us, and be thoughtful. Don't roast us too much in the comments.
You can bully Gabe.
No. Bully Carson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen,
That's
Anthony's
fine.
got a lot of practice at this stuff, but he does get a
Yeah.
little tired from time to time. And
Yeah.
by diversifying the portfolio, it's not a bad thing.
It is funny
gives
when you
others a
tell
chance.
Anthony, you're like, hey, this person said this. He's like, yeah, well, what can you do?
All right, we got
there he
Jose
is.
here.
Yes.
Carson, read Jose's.
Good to hear from him. He says, hi to my family. Wanting an update and a tutorial on IK sprayers and foamers. You guys know that they're finicky and trying to like them, but I don't know.
So one of the things that Jose, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I'm going to share this. So Jose was mentioning that he was using Clean in a Multi-Pro, and essentially what it was doing is it was clogging or causing issues. So I told him that we were going to spend some time figuring out if and what the issue is. I was going to try to replicate the issue. I know on the trigger sprayers, like the straws and stuff, they get hard. Like they don't.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the term where it makes them hard and they don't move.
The plastic kind of gets, it's like the opposite. It gets brittle, I guess, technically, but it like
breaks it
doesn't
down.
break
Yeah.
off. It's weird. But I have seen that before. But I did see that there's also an update to the new IK foamers. Did you see that too?
I did not. No.
Yeah,
What was the
yeah.
update?
Lucas can probably.
Our
speak
new
on that.
batches that we're getting from IK are going to have updated improvements with basically like the internals. So like any warranty issues that they were having, they're trying to address those and get those fixed. So
Do you know if those are also pertaining to any like heavy? Because I know IK obviously has the ones specific for like higher alkaline or even acid.
correct.
The black, just the regular IKs, not the blue. Do you know if the internals are going to be adjusted for like higher pH or things like that on those ones?
To my knowledge, no. For that, I think the recommendation would be to just get ahead for an alkaline foam pro.
Yeah.
Throw it on the eFoam Pro. I think they're have the same like PSI rating and whatnot.
Yep.
So, but other than that, I think the internals on the regulars are staying the same.
That's good. Good to know, though. Thank you, Lucas.
We'll definitely do some testing for
Excellent.
you, Jose. I'm glad you're okay in staying safe out there. I know you guys got hit with some crazy snow. So
He said like 14 inches.
well, that's a lot of snow.
Yeah,
That
but
is
he's
a
got
lot of snow.
Toyotas, so
He does.
He can go places.
Let's go places.
All right. Speaking of going places, next up, I've got RCG
What a great
with
segue,
a detailing question. See,
Yeah.
that's why
That
I'm
was
doing
good.
this.
That
man.
was
That's why
good.
I
That
do
was
it.
good.
Okay.
Wow.
Carson, for that flattery, for that brown nosing, I'm letting you read this comment.
Okay, that was it. I was saying how it is. I have a new
Even better. He's great, folks.
Z06 and keep it spotless. The black glossy wheels that are ceramic coated. I like to clean them after each drive. I spray rinseless and wash them and wipe them down. Is that safe? Correct. Okay. So yes, I see what you're saying. So basically, you drive the car and you like to wipe down the wheels after you drive the
Totally
car. Yes, that's totally safe. And yeah, I would probably, I don't know what dilution you have your rinseless in.
256 to 1.
If it's 256 to 1, personally, I would bump it up to like a waterless wash dilution.
Yeah.
That's just me personally. Maybe, 128 depending on the rinseless you're using, 128 or even 64 to 1 depending on the rinseless. That's just me personally.
But if he's
but yeah.
washing it after every single drive, it just depends, right?
Because he's wiping them down. I like to clean them after each drive. I spray rinseless
Yeah.
wash and wipe them down. That's safe. Yes, it's safe.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, what are you thinking, Gabe?
I was just gonna say, I think that's a safe bet. Keep in mind, there's a certain point, right, when it comes to your car, and this is just I guess this is just a general thought process, right?
Yeah.
Washing your car is important. Washing your wheels are really important because you don't want to let it sit for a long time, and you don't want to have those issues. You don't want to let things sit in the paint and break down and create issues. But at the same point, think about it in terms of this. The more you touch, the more chances of scratching, marring, and stuff like that happen. So for me personally, I don't think what you're doing, RCG 1ZR, is bad. My personal preference, I'm going to touch my car maybe once a week. Unless there's something where I get really, really bad, I just want to mitigate any potential chances of additional scratching or marring. Now, I do a proper wash process to ensure that the wash process is safe, but in my mind, and this is just the OCD in me, I don't want to necessarily, I don't know, I worry way too much. So that's why less is more sometimes. I don't know. There's a fine line, but it's not going to hurt.
The Z06 is a Corvette, correct?
Yeah, no, and he's saying new, so it's a C8.
Yeah.
I think if they're ceramic coated, they're fine.
I'm assuming it's a weekend car. You're driving it, a little bit.
Well, we did intern's car. We ceramic coated his wheels, and it's been winter here. It even snowed, and he drove it, and the wheels look like the car looks dirty, and the wheels look like they just got installed. So I think you're fine to do that, especially if it's ceramic coated, but I will say it's ceramic coated, so you don't necessarily need to over worry about it, I guess. But at the end of the day, whatever makes you happy.
Yeah.
I would say what would make him happy is winding out that 5.5 liter V8 with the flat plane crank. So,
there he goes.
Very nice.
There he is.
Dane
There's
knows
Dane.
the production model.
Okay, so moving along here, Lucas Rod Stewart would be so proud of you. Keep rocking that British rock star hair.
Lucas is getting a haircut next week.
No, I'm getting a haircut on Saturday, but
Saturday?
nothing's changing.
What are you getting?
What?
Same cut I always get.
What?
You said a buzz cut.
It's a side taper. That's
taper?
the lingo. Side taper, and then you trim the top and back. Ready to roll.
You told us you were getting a buzz cut.
Yeah, Lucas, what? How many likes do we
was rage
need?
bait.
How many likes? How many
Imagine
likes?
if I got a buzz cut.
How many likes in this Q&A do we need to make it happen?
Listen, TRC family, I love you guys. No like count. That's not happening.
Okay, there it is. You heard it from him.
He's got to get
1,000
the
likes.
1,000
likes.
Wait, how many?
Boy.
What's our record?
I think our record was probably like 500 or 600 on a particular live we did.
I want 1,000.
Lucas.
I don't see that
bots are
happening.
cheap.
All right, 1,000
are
likes,
cheap.
guys. You get 1,000 likes, and Lucas.
I'm gonna bait all y'all to give us 1,000
I
likes.
can't say no to
It's still
that.
not happening.
All right,
Okay.
Gabe, you got Devin
Hey, hold
here.
up. I want more attention again, real quick.
Wait. What do we got? What do we got? Attention back on Lucas.
Dude, active foam, man. This stuff's still sitting. And that Ultra H2O foam cannon, you see the way I lathered this thing? Like, come on now, guys.
I could smell it from here. It's great.
Yeah.
Smells like let's go to the club tonight. You know what I mean, guys?
It does smell like a nightclub.
Not in a bad way, in a good way.
In a good way. A great nightclub.
All right, Devin, you're belonging to Gabe here.
All
I'm just
right.
going to read your
Hey,
comment.
guys. Hope you're surviving winter. Could you give a rundown of Lac Polish Groon? I feel like more people would buy it if they knew that it was a liter for $27. What's a great deal? Carson, what do you got?
That is a great deal, Devin. Lucas actually put me on to Lac Polish Groon. He described it as a lotion for your paint.
Yeah.
And so I've used it 2 or 3 times, and it's exactly that. It's a great final polish, and it does a phenomenal job. Like I used it when we polished my BMW. I think we used it a little bit to finish out that paint after because we cut that paint on the BMW really, really hard. And then finished it out with that, and it was great.
It was pretty good. And I haven't used it a ton, but it does rejuvenate the paint. It does feel soft, and it does a fantastic job.
Yeah.
for the fine like details, I mean, like the RSX or your BMW or cars like that, I would probably use it. For what I'm doing, as far as mostly dealership cars or hammered cars, I don't use it enough to justify buying it.
Well, it is a full-on polish. There's like no cutting
None.
in it.
None.
And so it's going to,
it jewels it though. It looks great. That's the key thing. Is lac polish is a perfect jeweling polish, if you will, to really get the gloss amplified.
To use it, it assumes you've done everything else, and now you're at the point where you want to refine what you did.
Absolutely.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying it's very specific to those fine details.
Ryan would probably agree. Mac Bergson here, hoping for a new pressure washer gun in late March. Well,
Mac, you're in luck.
Mac.
Stay tuned, right? Just late March.
We're just going to need a little return of the Mac for TRCMA. You know what I'm saying?
You see what I did there? Yeah,
that's
funny.
Good song. All right. Carson, you got Lucas here.
There's still some love for the old man Levi's favorite Rupes Uno Advanced, or do you have any better all-in-one with proper protection? Yes, and yes, I will say. So I actually used, since we were just talking about Koshikemi's polishes, I used Koshikemi's, I think it's the cut and finish.
H902?
No, it's their all-in-one compound.
That's pretty good.
I used that on a project that you guys will see here soon, and it really that certain application, it just popped the metal on that painted, or it was actually powder coated, and it was phenomenal. But yeah, I love Uno Advanced. It's still phenomenal.
I like Uno Advanced. I think for time purposes, like if for a quick, like you need to get it done, I think it works great. Yeah. I think that for me personally, I am more in like the PNS paint system. I like. I mean, I like the PNS paint system because it does a really good job of breaking down things. The other thing too that I really like is I like getting the actual paint corrected. Again, it's the OCD in me. H902, fantastic product for that. And I that's definitely more time. So I guess when it comes to the time, I don't know. I think I probably align more with the PNS paint. The what is it? Intervention, therapy, and rehab.
Yeah, rehab.
Yeah.
All right. Different strokes for different folks.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right, we're back to, what were you calling him today?
Wilson.
Wilson. Okay. Gabe, go ahead and take care of Wilson here.
What does the release of a platinum side plated pressure washer guns coming? Stay tuned for TRCMA and we will have those answers for you. I can say this, we are doing continuous testing. Yep. We want to ensure that the product that first of all, shout out to Anthony. He has been freaking killing it as far as the design. We are just making sure we are doing as much due diligence in the testing processes as we go. Lucas is using our guns and our wands, and they are fantastic. We love them, but it takes time.
I think Gabe is also not giving himself enough credit. I will say, shout out to Gabe. Gabe did do a couple things that you guys will probably never see, and he'll probably never get any credit for. But he does do a good job as a product expert himself. So
wow,
shout out to Gabe. I got to be a little nice to him.
That's the nicest thing I've seen Carson say to or about Gabe in the last.
We're almost in the second half. And
Carson, it's not even my birthday. What did I do?
Yeah. I don't know yet.
Whatever happens after this podcast, I hope he's got his will in order. Michael DeBlau, I bought ADS glass coating and clarity cream on TRC Europe last week. I heard this combo doesn't, and rehab is a preferred polish.
Michael, sometimes it's
so that was Sydney's take on that. Is she believed that clarity cream caused issues with the bonding?
No, it wasn't even Sydney. Bradley even said it. So
okay,
let's talk about that.
Yeah. So Michael, here's what the gist of it, and Carson, chime in whenever you want. But the gist is this. Sometimes it doesn't work, but not all the time. Does that make sense? It's for whatever reason, certain glasses with clarity cream and with Clarity Cream and the coating, they don't work. And some glasses they do. It's unknown. That's why we're suggesting not to do it.
Yeah.
You can try it and you might have okay luck. I know Carson experienced this last week or 2 weeks ago on his BMW. What do you got on your insight on that?
So absolutely. So like with ADS glass coating, Bradley, he's the co-owner of Armor Detail Supply. They recommend to not use a dedicated glass polish, meaning don't use Clarity Cream, don't use the one that 3D makes, don't use a couple of them, because they all have something similar in them that basically does not let their glass coating bond to the glass. And sometimes, like Gabe was saying, sometimes they don't bond to the glass. Now, I haven't had any issues. I applied it over a month ago, almost 2 months ago now. It's been a while. And I have yet to have any issues. My glass is still super, super hydrophobic, and I've had no issues. Now, would it be a good idea just to hit it with some regular polish like Lucas is going to do today? Lucas is going to use some rehab. You can do that if you're not really, needing any water spots or, to remove any of that.
And the other thing we talked about, I talked to Sydney about this, and I wish he was here to further continue this conversation. So, Michael, one other thing you could potentially do, you could start with Clarity Cream, because Clarity Cream is designed for the glass. That's what it was created. So what you could do is you could hit it with Clarity Cream first, neutralize it, hit it with rehab, neutralize it, then apply it. It's probably one additional step, but that way you're still getting the cut and polish from rehab and Clarity Cream, and you're still getting a good clean surface for your coating to bond.
Yeah.
So that would be my suggestion. That's what I would do personally, but it's totally up to you. But that right now is what we are kind of aware of as that. And I think Bradley and DJ are working on kind of revising the chemical a little bit more to work with Clarity Cream, or I can't remember, it was either them or it was Bob and Dave working to revise Clarity Cream. But either way, both companies are trying to work hand in hand to make it so that both products work well with one another.
And it's kind of use at your own risk. Honestly, if I was in your shoes, I would try it, because when you get the ADS glass coating, you get so much more. Like, you get enough in that vial to coat your glass 3 or 4 times. I would try it. If it works, awesome. If it doesn't work, then you can adjust your strategy.
You got options.
Yeah. I mean, I coated my glass. I put 3 layers on my glass. That's probably a little bit too much, but I also coated, stuff at my house, and then I'm coating stuff at my dad's house. His shower doors and everything like that. Like some of those smaller things at home, the off-label uses, and I still have a little bit left that I'm just kind of trying to get rid of.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind.
And just in layman's terms, I mean, historically, we've been doing this Q&A for a very long time. We've had a lot of experience, dealing with, troubleshooting on different glass coatings, different products going onto glass, as a substrate. Yeah. And it's not unusual for there to be issues when trying to get a particular product to bond with a glass surface. Much more so than any clear coat paint, anything like that. That is a common issue. So when you do find a glass coating that works for you, probably a good idea to stick with that one. It's just there's a lot of trial and error with them out there, and every situation seems to be different.
And every glass is different too.
So glass coatings, more than any other kind of coating I can think of, have just a lot of compatibility issues.
Yeah.
Sometimes the compatibility issues, people say this is a really big pain in the glass. You know what I'm saying?
There it is.
There
Thank
it
you
is.
for the dad
Yeah,
joke.
exactly.
That's good stuff.
Anthony's
right there.
not here, so I'm gonna lay it down.
You're loud. All right, Devin here. Gabe, you got him again.
Rupus is coming out with a DA Ultra Fine black bottle, even finer than Uno Pure with no fillers. I know. I'm excited about that.
Actually, Anthony got to try that at SEMA.
Yeah.
I ran the polisher with it for like a minute.
How was it?
It was good. On the test panel.
Too soon to tell.
Yeah, you
Got
really
it.
couldn't tell anything.
As soon as we get our hands on that, Devin, we will tell you what we think.
Need more seat time.
Yeah.
Okay. David Cervantes here saying, I'm excited. for the unrestricted dad
Yes.
jokes while Anthony is
Yeah.
away. David
He's
knows
too
what's up.
cranky. Anthony's too cranky. He's turning into an old man. He
is.
used to be hip and cool, and he still is hip and cool.
He is.
Anthony, if you're watching this, you're still hip and cool. But
not gonna watch
my
this.
goodness, you are you're darn cranky when it comes to
think-
the dad jokes.
Translation: Gabe is saying that Anthony is unk and chopped.
Yeah, he wears
Unk
the
and
Vans.
chopped.
He
Yeah.
wears the Vans to be hip and cool.
Unk and chopped. I love that, Dane.
And we're back. Yeah, and now I sound like an old man saying those things. So those phrases are officially dead now.
Yep.
David Boyce, what's he saying, Carson?
Carson and Lucas, what is your opinion on the use of a glaze product? Doesn't a polish product serve the same purpose? Lucas?
If you're talking glaze as in like fillers,
Yeah.
I mean, Uno Advanced, I use that for my paint enhancements, just to
Yeah.
give it a little
Yeah.
bit of extra bite for that 6 to 12 months.
Yeah.
I would absolutely agree with Lucas there. There's a time and a place, but it's kind of
Yeah.
Really sold it there. Yeah, no, the feelings are strong on this one.
Yeah. The thing is with any type of polish that has fillers, right? You have to, especially when dealing with customers, you have to be very transparent. Again, I keep using the terms in my opinion because it is very subjective. You need to be transparent about that because any type of wash with high alkaline or pH, I mean, your paint is going to go back to what it looked like before.
Yeah.
Right. So, and typically when you're doing a detail and someone is expecting a paint correction, in my mind, and I really established this, hey, how long are you wanting a true paint correction? How much? 80%, 90%? What are we looking at? And you need to determine at what point do you pick and choose, right? When I do dealership cars, Uno Protect honestly is a pretty good option because it needs to look good on the lot and it needs to look good for the buyers. And then when the buyers purchase the car, they can make the decision to, further investigate a deeper detail. However, when it comes to a customer's car, like if Dane brought me his car and said, hey, I want a full-blown detail, I don't want to give him a detail that is only going to look good for a month or so. I want to genuinely correct his paint and make it better. So that's really what it comes down to as far as your choice. My opinion.
It's important to establish their needs too. Like
Yeah.
you just ask them, hey, what are you most concerned about? Like in my small business or side hustle, if you will.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you concerned about? They could be concerned about the water spots. They could be concerned about, a few other things. And it may be a big deal in their mind, the customer's mind, and it may not be a huge deal for you. And so
Set clear expectations.
Absolutely.
And then once those expectations are clear, then you can decide between a glaze or a full-blown detail polish.
correct.
No, that's an excellent point. And regarding all that, just as I know it's not like really groundbreaking advice here, but if you're doing this stuff for customers, don't make assumptions. Actually ask them the things that they're prioritizing in a
Yes.
detail. What are they
Yes.
looking for? Because what you assume, like what jumps out at you, may not be a thing they even notice,
Yeah,
like Carson
exactly.
said. And that is something I've seen happen time and time again where, we've done like, projects, videos and stuff like that where we're like, hey, we detailed your car, like did certain things. And you're like, oh yeah, I was really hoping though that you'd do something with the, and they're like, they notice that the one thing that they wanted isn't
Right.
what you
Done,
did.
yeah.
And so their idea of a detail was just completely different. And so much of that frustration can be solved by just asking.
Here's another
in the
angle,
first
though,
place.
to think about it in terms of this, right, David? A glazed product or a product with filler, and for those of you who are watching and may not know what we're talking about the silicone-based fillers that are within any type of polishing compound. It basically fills the paint and it makes it look pretty dang nice, but when you wash it with a chemical that can break it down, it
Pulls 'em
reverts
right
back.
back out again.
So one thing to also keep in mind, if you are a new to polishing or DIY polishing and you want to learn, I feel like that is a perfect tool to learn on your own vehicle. Perfect the process, then move to the advancement of actually fulfilling a true paint correction, essentially. So that's another purpose that you could use probably within the glaze filler realm.
Right. Next up, we got Peter Kuranaj here. What would you use for inner wheel brown brakes dust won't go away? Okay, so there's a few things going on.
I know
here.
what I would use.
Yeah, what would you do, Gabe?
Alkaline wheel cleaner. So, and here's a reason why, Peter. But again, you have to be very. The question I have for you is what type of wheels. So I'll give you my scenario so you can understand why I'm saying alkaline wheel cleaner.
Let's assume standard alloys.
Okay, standard alloys, I would still say alkaline wheel cleaner. So I bought that we got the RSX last summer. It has low miles, but the car had never been washed. Genuinely never been washed. Wheels and barrels have never been washed. I thought the wheels, honestly, needed to be repowder coated. I brought them into our studio space. I took the wheels off, and I sprayed with alkaline wheel cleaner. I actually rinsed them first.
Who told you to use alkaline wheel cleaner?
I did. Who? Okay. Sure. So, no, I'm just kidding.
Here, Carson,
right,
scoot a little more in frame.
yeah,
I got room for you.
right,
here.
so-
You're just getting lost. from the edge there.
Rinsed it, let it sit for a while, and then
There
I
we go, there we go.
rinsed
We're good,
it
we're good.
again,
There we go.
and it made the wheel look brand new. And that the realization came, I don't need to get these wheels refinished. So that is genuinely a sledgehammer for getting your wheels and barrels looking new. So I would try that first, but again, to give it a little bit of a dilution, rinse your wheel first, spray it, let it dwell for not long, probably a minute at most, then rinse again. You can agitate in between as well with a wheel face brush. That's totally fine. Do you guys have any other suggestions on that?
10-to-1 wheel acid.
I'm gonna
he
throw
goes
this-
straight into the wheel acid every single time.
Before Lucas goes too far here, I'm going to throw this question over to you, buddy.
What's
Look
going
at that
on?
camera behind you.
I'm trying to locate it. All right.
There you go.
Any tips for getting melted lip gloss off a felt surface? Oh, shoot.
He knows a lot about this.
Melted lip gloss off a felt surface. I mean, steam's a little aggressive. I'd work your way up, so I'd start with just like an interior cleaner, see if you can't just get in there with a microfiber towel, and I'd probably spray it directly onto the towel, scrub it in a little bit. If that doesn't work, maybe step up to like an APC. You wanted me to answer the question, right?
Oh, my bad. My
Okay,
bad.
certainly what I said.
Sorry.
Then you could step up to like maybe an APC, and if that didn't take care of it, then I would maybe gamble with steam, personally.
That's a
felt.
yeah.
Yes. So,
That is
yeah.
very, very. Oh.
So for those who didn't hear, and you probably
No one-
didn't,
no one's
because
gonna
Nick
hear.
was in our ears saying
We
something
all just said
interesting.
that like birds. I hope
Yeah,
you know that.
just like, oh.
Dane,
mine.
you
okay.
repeat it.
So what Nick was saying was actually, this is going to sound kind of funny, putting a paper bag over it and then like heating it up,
Yeah.
essentially.
like an iron.
Yeah, with like an iron, and that's gonna safely provide like
'Cause-
enough of a barrier.
Nice.
Because you
That-
don't want to melt the fibers together. That's the hard part with the felt and stuff like that. You got all those little fine fibers. You want to make sure you preserve that
Felt
texture.
and Alcantara.
Yeah, Alcantara, any kind of micro suedes, whether they're synthetic or not, but synthetic will melt under high enough temperature. It just turns into this,
Just be
basically
very-
useless surface after.
Yeah.
Basically, start with the light. What Lucas said was spot on. Start with the lightest
Yeah.
possible, and then work your way slowly. But
I would add
yeah,
maybe.
I'm reiterating, Lucas. I'm reiterating. I'm supporting you.
I would add maybe try to use the newer TRC interior scrubber to try to scrub a little bit of that out.
All right. Next up, I've got for Carson over here, Mango 350Z,
Sweet.
DQ owner. What's he saying?
Hey TRC team, where do the new drying towels, the colorburst denim, and the colorburst compare to the rest of the drying towels that you have?
Okay.
Great question, Mango. So, the new colorburst.
Pretty comparable. in
Yeah, so
general.
they are pretty comparable. Those are a take on stuff that we did. So we originally sold them, and then they sold out. The second run that we're doing,
Well,
we kind of messed up a little bit.
all right. So, to give you an idea, so they are based off of, or very similar to our liquidators and stuff like that.
Yes.
So we wanted to
They're
create
made
more
off of
colors,
liquidator.
but the issue was we had them on the site, and we received the batch, and we realized that they were a different blend. They're an 80-20 blend, and I'll let Dane explain the blend here shortly. why this is a change up.
Yeah.
In our standards, we wanted, not an 80-20, we wanted a 70-30 blend.
Yeah.
So it was a mess up at the factory. We caught late. So we basically refunded the folks that bought them and said, keep the towel. And we decided as a team that, it's still a good product. Let's put it up there. It just doesn't meet our standards because we feel that a 70-30 blend is the ideal sweet spot for a drying towel moving forward. So whatever we have left is what we have left. But I kind of want Dane to go a little bit more in depth about the blend and why the blend is such an important feature, especially for us here at the Rag Company.
Yeah, and I mean, I've kind of given this spiel a bunch of times before, but as you may or may not be aware, microfiber, you're dealing with a bunch of tiny, tiny, tiny little fibers, but they are made of different, types of material. So in this case, when you see that blend, you see that ratio on a listing for a microfiber towel, this dates way, way back to the earlier days when it was pretty much just me in the garage.
Yeah.
I would look at different sites where like somebody was offering microfiber towels and they wouldn't say what the blend was. And it always kind of got me because for those who are wondering, the blend does affect how much a towel costs to make in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
But it also affects its ability to absorb. So when you're running into that kind of scenario, it's important. You want to know how much polyamide versus polyester there is in the towel.
Yeah.
And so it's oftentimes the case that if it's not mentioned, it's probably not going to be too favorable. And what I'm getting at was like back in the days when it was literally like I was the only employee or one of the only employees in the early days of working in the garage when we were a very, very small little garage-based business was I started making, because I was building our website, I started making listings where the picture of the towel included the blend information below it so that everybody could see it. Because I thought, well, I know that our blends are good, but I don't see a lot of these other places showing theirs. And I know that in some cases, they're doing like 95.5, where it's like 95% polyester and only 5% polyamide. If you hadn't guessed by now, the smaller number is the more expensive part of the equation.
Yes.
So there's a sweet spot when it comes to like drying towels, absorbency, all that kind of
and
stuff.
Softness.
70-30 is a sweet spot. It does affect softness as well. The difference can be negligible to the touch, but it does affect things on a micro scale.
The performance too is the key piece. Is what we don't the performance is key, right? To us in our standards, performance, it did okay. It wasn't the world's best. It is a fantastic towel still. With that being said, it is a hemmed edge, just like the Liquidator. It is a twist loop towel, but again, we want to be transparent to you folks who buy from us and stuff, and we just we want to carry more options, but we want them to be within the spec of 70-30. So that ultimately, and taking a long answer and shortening into a sweet answer, that's why those towels are a limited run.
It just wasn't up to our standards. We have a very strict standards, especially for our towels, and we're going to put our name on it. They're very strict standards. If we're going to carry it, there's very strict standards.
Correct.
So that's, at the end of the day, it didn't meet our full-on standards that we were going to have on the line, so that's a limited run. That's why they're a great discount, so I would definitely pick some up. If you're wanting to compare, let's say, a normal Liquidator versus a Colorburst Liquidator, it's about 70% there. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
You're in the ballpark.
Yeah, in the ballpark. I mean, they're great towels. I mean, I use them a lot. In fact, I have what is it, the gray one? I have it in the kitchen. I also use I multi-purpose I always use my towels, all of my towels, but the Colorburst towels I do like. They are pretty awesome towels, so definitely check them out. But in transparency, to answer anybody's questions about the Colorburst, that in short is basically the whole gist of what that line is about and why.
Yeah.
The final point I'll put on that is when it comes to any kind of blends, 80-20 is like the good premium area to start.
Yes.
Anything below that point, when you get into your like 85-15, your 90-10s, those are going to be the cheaper stuff that you oftentimes find on like your drugstore shelves, things like that. Auto parts stores sometimes have the cheaper ones. It's just It's where you start to get into iffy territory where the absorbency goes down to. I mean, they make 100% polyester towels. To the touch, they'll feel
Super soft,
decently
but they won't be
soft.
absorbent.
But at the same time, you go to
Yeah.
move something. There are advantages sometimes to having those totally non-absorbent towels for oil stains or something. Like if
Right.
you want to move it around,
Yeah.
it's literally going to push it around instead of absorb it. But realistically, it's just a bad time if you're trying to dry with it. It's you feel stupid.
The blend is key. And I will say, to Dane's point, I can genuinely say this. We were one of the first companies to have our blend as well as the origin of our towels listed. So that was one key thing, too.
So anyway, if you're curious to hear more about this kind of stuff and you're not familiar
go
with
down this
all about
whole talk.
microfiber and how it's made, I was going to say we can save a whole bunch of time. You guys can later on after this stream check out everything you need to know about microfiber here on the Red Company channel. You can search for the video. I host it. I
Dane
wrote.
does a
I walked through the
phenomenal
whole
job.
thing.
He did a really good job.
I
Yeah.
edited it. The whole thing is there. If you're curious about it, I nail all the points you're curious
Yeah.
about.
Yep.
Anyway, moving along.
Perfect.
Always good questions.
Yep.
Neil, what is Neil saying here, Gabe?
Dane is correct. Atlanta is ridiculously stupid when it comes to snow. People instantly run into each other.
Yep.
Honestly, Neil, I think that's also happening here. So we feel you there.
You know, after it's been a long while, people just forget. They
Yeah.
just forget how
But
to
Atlanta,
drive in it.
surprisingly, or not Atlanta, Georgia in general, hilly. Holy cow.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Holy hill.
You're out near Appalachia, so
Yeah.
The crazy Appalachia Hills.
See, the problem is I used to say Appalachia, and then my girlfriend said, actually, no, it's Appalachia. They'll get mad at you if you say Appalachia. And I was like, oh, interesting.
Dane, you say a lot
Alright.
of things a lot.
I pronounce things funny.
All right,
Yeah.
Carson, Bill Pearl. What did he say? Bill Pearl one.
It's okay. Hi guys, it's been a
Bill
minute
Pear.
since
Bill Pear.
I caught
I
alive.
did it
I'm
again.
pronouncing things weird.
Okay.
Yeah. Now that we don't have
Rough.
a frost, what is forced? What is a suitable replacement? Gonna catch the rest later. 80 degrees in Huntington Beach, and Absolute is calling me.
There's a couple of options.
Yeah, I mean, I would personally go with the great APC. I would go with Clean by Armor Detail Supply. That is a great.
That is a good one.
All-purpose cleaner. It's citrus-based, so it's going to be very, very similar to
Yep.
your Forced by Starnagloss. And I mean, that's what I would personally go with. What are you going with, Gabe?
I was gonna say Clean is a really good option. Green Star, I love Green Star. Here's the reason why I like Green Star. When I think of, at least for me, and I'm buying a product, I want a product that can go and be used in just about any case. Green Star is that. I can use it on the interior, I can use it on the exterior. However, if you're looking for something just for exterior only, that's when you can go Multi-Star. That's another great option that you can use.
Yeah.
Dane, how about you?
No, I think you guys nailed it. I don't have anything to add to that you haven't already said. So,
Perfect.
good one. All right, next up, I've got David Cervantes here saying, you guys have been having a cold snap over there too. Okay, basically a lot more temperature talk. I want to get to the detailing.
Let's- yeah, me too.
Absolutely not.
Right. We got Kieran Herman here saying, any experiences
Oh, there you
and
go.
thoughts
We
with
just talked about
Multi-Star?
it.
Yeah.
I want to bring it into my shop for my Sledgehammer pre-wash, but Green Star gets all the attention.
So yeah, Kara, just to reemphasize, right? You have Green Star, you have Multi-Star, you have Polestar. I like Green Star because it is a do-it-all kind of thing. Now, if your shop is focusing primarily on exterior washes, Multi-Star, heck yeah. If you're doing Green Star or wanting something that's more interior focused, that's where you can do MZR. Or if you're wanting kind of that all around, it's typically Green Star. That's why I say Green Star typically. And Green Star has so many dilutions, right? You could go 5-to-1 for your engine bay. You could go 10-to-1 for your lower rockers or paint. Or you can go all the way up to 30-to-1 for your interior. 10-to-1 to 30-to-1 essentially. It just has so many uses. So it just depends. I think about it from when I'm detailing at home, from the perspective of how much am I spending.
Yeah.
And for me personally, that's why I lean towards Green Star. I think Multi-Star, I think MZR, I think all those others are amazing. But I think of the overhead price. So
Yeah.
Carson, what do you got?
Absolutely. If you want to see Multi-Star in action, after this live stream, you can check out the restoration that we did with Mr. Jamie Buchanan. We did the full Jag restoration.
Yeah.
It was super, super fun. But we used, when we cleaned that, our pre-foam or our pre-cleaner
was 100%.
was multi-star. And I think that was at 10-1, and it just melted the years of dirt and dust and whatever was on that in there. So it genuinely works.
What about you? Multi-star. So Kira's asking experience and thoughts about multi-star, because she hears that everybody says, green star is the sledgehammer or gets all the attention.
I mean, multi-star is just going to be a stronger version of green star, essentially. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Boom. And Lucas, another question for you before you start polishing. I have one who shall remain nameless. Wilson, I believe he's going by today.
That's exactly what I did, my guy.
Yes. So Brake Buster, did he foam it over ADS wheel and tire? And Lucas says, yeah.
Heck yeah. What else?
You caught him in the act. And speaking of getting caught in the act, guys, it is that halfway point during the show here. I want to make sure you don't go far, but now is a good time to get yourselves some snacks, take a little break, and we'll meet you right back here in only a few minutes.
And load up the queue with good detailing questions. We're ready to roll. We're ready to talk about
multiple tabs.
Heck yeah, man.
See you in a sec.
Hey guys, Josh with the Rag Company.
I thought I was going first.
I thought I was going first.
We'll take it.
All right, Josh is from the Rag Company, here to tell you about the business program.
You can save up to 25% off different products that we have here at the Rag Company, including savings like Detail Factory, IK sprayers, and many others.
Whether it's pads, polishes, compounds, polishers, we got it all. Chemicals.
We have everything you would need to save you some money so you can start putting more money in your pocket by buying products through our business program.
So whether you're a shop-based business, a mobile detailer, or just running a side hustle out of your garage, please check out the business program.
And you get free shipping on orders over $150.
That's a pretty great deal.
That is a great deal.
The Rag Company business program is for bulk purchase end users only. No tax exemptions unless previously grandfathered in. Discounts apply to eligible products only. Exclusions may apply. Check product listings for details. Minimum order of $150 required to qualify for these discounts. Some brands, tools, or specialty items may not be included. Pricing is subject to change without notice. Visit theragcompany.com/biz to start your application. Act now, stock up, and save big while it lasts.
Hello, and welcome to the second half of our Q&A here on this TRC Live. As usual, I'm your host, Dane Hennon, and to my left, I got Gabe Garcia.
What's up, guys?
And to my right, I've got Carson Black.
Hello, hello.
And way over there in the detail bay, I've got Lucas Blaine doing his thing. He's just...
Oh, there's the camera change. What's going on, guys? Just doing a little glass polishing here.
How are you doing so far? You want to catch everybody up on your
recap,
processes?
Please.
I'm so glad you asked. So far, what we've done for said process is we did wheels and tires, of course, nice little decon wash, contact wash. Now we're going to go through, polish the glass, panel prep the surface, throw a little spray sealant, throw a little glass coating. Nothing too crazy.
Heck yeah, having a good time over there, Lucas.
Sweet.
Of course.
And Carson, it's my understanding you had something you wanted to bring up here before we move back to the
gosh.
If Nick has it, that'd be sweet. If he doesn't, who knows? But I got some exciting news. My prized possession, my 2020 Subaru WRX STI, is now available on carsandbids.com.
Wait, are you saying I can't throw you any more Subaru memes?
Yep, unfortunately. So
are you serious?
It is up on auction, available to purchase. It has been coded.
I'll give you $5,000 for it right now.
No,
straight. I mean, that's a really good deal for that car.
Not going to happen. But it is up for auction. It's going to be up for auction for 7 days.
Freshly rebuilt head gasket. I'm just kidding.
Not true. It's got like 30,000
No, this car
miles.
is genuinely pretty flippin' sweet.
You've seen it in our videos before.
It's
actually.
a show.
Yeah, there it is. Hey,
there we go. Look at that.
So it is just listed. Like, not even. I got the email at the break, so 7 minutes ago.
Look at that. Do we have any bids on it yet?
So freshly
Look at that
detailed
interior.
in our studio.
Okay, everybody judges
Oh
work.
my gosh!
Let's
What
get a nice
the
close
heck?
look at some of
Yeah,
these
look
photos.
at these.
So-
Nick is going all out.
Thank
You
you,
give him
Nick.
the forum,
Appreciate
and
that.
he's going to
Very
make sure
OG
everybody.
spec. Look,
There's Jimmy in the background.
Gabe's
What's
in the
that?
background in here on one of these too. So
There's a washer too on your. What
there
is that
is.
on your
I don't know what that is.
mat?
Well, that's weird.
Looks like gum.
This is ceramic coated with PNS Stout by me. And
Yeah.
Is that an access port?
One panel. Hold on. One
We-
panel is
oh,
coated
we-
by Gabe.
Nope.
And I gotta
Nope.
tell.
Oh, we know.
Can we tell this story
Yeah.
real
So
quick? So
let,
Gabe coated
how about
one
this? Let me
panel.
start it, and then you can finish it.
No.
So
here-
basically, Carson
okay.
comes to
All right.
school one day, and he says, "Hey,
to school.
yeah."
This is school.
He goes, "Hey, I need help coating. I've never done a stout coating." I said, "Okay, Carson."
Yeah.
So this was at like, I don't know,
He says,
the end
"You
of the
can start
day.
it,"
I
and
needed to
then
get out of
takes it
there,
over.
and he's like, "All right, how do I do this?" So we go. I show him on a panel, and I was like, "That's how you do it." And he goes, "Okay," and I was like, "Sorry, I gotta go." So I left.
It's 2:30, by the way.
Yeah. The next day, okay, it's not 2:30. The next day he shows up and he goes, "Hey, so I need your help. What do you?"
I did. No.
So I'm like, "What happened?" And he goes, "Well, I went a little too quickly, or something happened,
Yeah.
but I've got to polish out the coating." I'm like, "What the heck happened?" Go ahead. This is your time
Yeah,
to shine.
so I did high spot a couple spots, but it was just all Gabe's fault. I'm gonna blame it on
Okay.
him. But no, it is very meticulously maintained.
It
of
is
course,
nice.
dialed in by me, and that's really it. So if you guys are interested in it, shameless plug. I told Dane I wanted to do this, and so Dane said you could do it. So if you're interested, check it out. No big deal, but thank you, Dane, for letting me do that.
You're welcome. And for the record, I just want to say, for people like, oh, how come he gets a plug selling his car, stuff
We
like
would
that.
all do it.
I just
No, I'm
wanted
just
to
kidding.
allow it to be proof that Carson, in fact, does know how to detail cars.
Thank you.
Looking at that, I think that shows you take very good care of your vehicles. So,
Carson's a very good
Appreciate it.
detailer.
yes, very nice.
Yeah. Gabe,
Anyway,
Gabe
we got
did
comments to
help
get to.
with that too. So Gabe's a real detailer.
Yeah,
He's a-
I helped with one panel and I left, essentially, is what I did.
Yep.
So
All right.
I'll take that, Carson.
We
I'll
got
take that.
Oscarino here. Carson, I'm going to let you start things off.
Sweet. Hi from the sunny California. Could y'all convince KCX about selling their 500 ml spray bottles? I love them for keeping in the car since the sprayer's perfect and they're small but refillable. That is a good idea. You can definitely forward that information over to them. If you like a ready to use solution for Koch Chemi, they do offer something called their prosumer line that
Blue
is
bottles.
available.
Bottles.
Yeah, we have some on our website. It's also available on Amazon. Gabe,
Yep,
what
it
do you know
is.
about the blue bottles?
So the prosumer line is basically the offshoot of the regular bottles that you typically see, but it is mostly RTU, meaning ready to use. You don't need to dilute it, so they do have like their insect and bug remover. I would say it's very equivalent to Green Star. As like a pre-spray. They have the wheel cleaner already set up. It's very similar to Magic Wheel Cleaner. So they have a lot of great products that you don't have to dilute. The bottles are different sizes, but
Yes.
they're great and they're more cost efficient. If you're going for mass quantities, probably don't go blue bottles. But if you are wanting to just step in, learn the brand, try it out, definitely try the blue bottles. You can get them on our website. You can also get them on Amazon, like Carson was saying, and you can also follow us on Amazon on the Koch Rag Company Detail Factory, because we do videos on there too.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's my shameless plug. All right.
We'll take it. Next up, we got Angry Monkey Detailing saying, hi.
I love that
Last
name.
week, the IK bottle lid came up. I almost got one, but I drained the bottle anyway to flush the sprayer. A spare bottle for flushing would be great. Can't find them. Thanks.
What?
So he's not able to locate the
bottle
IK
lid.
lids.
We should have the IK lids on our website.
And maybe sold out.
Nick, can you check that for us and let us know in our ear? Chirp.
We'll keep going, but
Nick
if he
said
does find it.
Nick said he was going to take a look,
Yeah.
so we'll do some investigation for you.
I know what you're
Angry
talking
Monkey.
about, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lids.
They're really nice to have.
They are really sweet.
All right. Let's see. Next up, We got hello from Utah from 5 Star Shine.
Nice.
Welcome, sir. And Sal from Details. I love the Details, guys. Lucas has that hair that gets the ladies.
Oh, yes.
All right. Look at that.
Sal has the detail guys there.
There it is.
Hey, there it is.
The Prolid. That's what you're looking for. The Prolid is awesome.
I don't know if you saw the new detail shirts. They got a Boise edition one.
They do have that. I was gonna
What?
say,
Sal, you gotta hook up the homies. What are we talking about?
Lucas wears this. What size do you wear, Lucas?
We're an XL.
Okay, I mean I do too. So that's crazy.
I mean, I wear a large.
Sal, you're still watching the live, right? Hearing all this?
yeah, so there's a couple.
Anyway,
we
moving along.
I
But Sal.
honestly don't know what you guys are talking about, so
All right.
that's okay.
Anyway.
Gabe, you got Wilson duty.
Wilson, how come we never talk about the P&S off-road line? In the Mudbuster, is the Mudbuster still a great option for winter grime?
We just
yes,
showed
it
the ad.
is. Yes, we like the off-road stuff. It's
Yes.
still a fantastic brand.
I do want to talk about that
Yeah.
for a sec.
No, I mean, Wilson, it's fantastic to use. We love it. Yeah, sorry. The thing is we try to give love to all of our brands. So if we forget something like the off-road, let us know and we'll put more attention to detail. We try our very best though to spread the love, if you will.
Yeah.
But yes, Mudbuster is great. In fact, I would arguably say it's up there. Some people indicate that it's even better than Breakbuster as far as more grime eating power, if you will.
Absolutely, yeah.
Those who prefer it.
Yeah.
I mean, my brother likes detailing. He has like dirt bikes.
Okay.
And so he uses the full off-road line for that. So, your pit stop for your quick detailers,
Right.
your wide open for your soap.
We should-
I use wide open for winter washes sometimes.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Full Send is one of my favorite spray and go tire dressings.
They don't call you Full Send Carson for nothing.
I think that name's kind of retired. That's
Really?
like when
It's gone, huh?
Why is it gone?
It's not gone. It's just like it's been put in the rafters.
Oh. Well, what's your new one?
I don't know yet.
We got to
Put
come
in
up
the
with a new
rafters
handle for
or put
Carson.
out into the wide open, out to pasture.
What does that mean though? It's
Well,
like
Well, he tried to
it's
throw
kind
wide
of a-
open in
yeah, it's
there,
kind of a
but then
play-
he took out to pasture, and I'm like, that's not a problem.
Kind of a play on words is what I
Yeah.
was trying to do there. Sorry,
I
my
don't know,
bad.
Gabe. I
It's
was
good
nice
stuff.
to you for a little
Didn't sound
bit.
like playing with
Wilson,
words. It
great
sounds like
stuff,
somebody took
though.
their ball
Great
and
stuff.
went home.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
To be clear, though, on Wilson's point, before I go on to Neil's here, I just want to say that this often comes up with people who comment on detailing videos from different companies and stuff. I often see this go, how come nobody talks about XYZ anymore?
Oh, okay.
And they'll get that thing thinking like, oh, it's unloved or something. It's like, just because somebody doesn't mention it doesn't mean it suddenly became bad. Like, people get this impression that suddenly, oh, I haven't heard about it in a while, it must be terrible. It's like, nobody said that.
Right.
No.
So you get these kind of false impressions. Anyway, just want to make sure it's clear, like, there are plenty of products out there that people just have so many options. It's easy to get lost, and you find your favorites.
That is the tough part.
It happens.
We do get a lot of people asking about what is the best dry and tell, what is the best soap, and it's really it's very subjective. Obviously, we wouldn't carry it here if it wasn't a good option. The key thing is wash processes. I cannot emphasize that enough. Determine your wash process that works best for you, and insert XYZ products that fit the best.
Basically,
So,
always tag on up for you,
guys,
with everything you're
Neil,
thinking.
Neil
there.
White says, guys, I'm not mocking Beamers and Audis. Oh, it's okay, Neil. I'll do that for you. I'm just saying other channels only show exotic cars. I love exotic cars, by the way.
No,
we do
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
No, and
Showing the real stuff.
yeah, the thing is oftentimes, and this I guess kind of comes with the territory when we are making video content, right? We're marketing the content. Oftentimes we get a lot of people who say, hey, you're not washing a dirty car, which sometimes on camera it's so tough to actually
it doesn't translate
show
through
how dirty
the
it
screen,
is.
how dirty something actually is, which is why, if you have noticed, the last few weeks I've been trying to bring in some cars that are truly gnarly looking. And so these guys complain when I do that, but I'm like, guys, the audience doesn't see
The bark
how
and
dirty
purr
these things
is
are.
happy. Let's just say that, Dane.
The bark and purr is the whole lot. Like
I wonder if the bark and purr
is clean.
Yeah,
They're
the whole
lovely
lot.
people.
They're very lovely people, but they have the cleanest cars in the world.
They have cleaner cars than we do, Dane.
That is true.
We don't have any, well, except for Carson, but we don't have time to wash our cars now.
Well, past Thursday, yes.
Yeah,
but
past
not,
Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, we appreciate that. We try to throw in different variables. Obviously, you know, we want to get the glamour shot, so we'll bring in really nice cars. But the whole premise is we want to make it realistic to everybody.
To make things really special, I want you to know that next week, when I'm not here for the Q&A, these guys are going to be running the Q&A. Carson, you're welcome to join Gabe. You guys figure out how you want to run the show while I'm gone. I already made the stuff on the back end, though. There is Lucas,
Who's washing
obviously.
next week?
You guys will have to figure that out.
So whoever's washing is going to
end
end up washing the paint, the rest of the clear coat off that Honda.
Before you go, okay,
What
so
am
he's
I
kind of
washing next
spoiling
week?
it. I was going to say, next week's vehicle is another Honda, but it's going to be the roughest car you may have seen.
It's not going to show
on
any
Q&A.
difference. That's the thing.
Oh, but it will.
No.
It will. It's dirty right now. It's winter dirty.
Yeah, you could show the difference of the glass stain. The minute they scrub, more clear is going to fall off that car.
This guy has zero faith. See, I believe in your guys' abilities
I did the
to detail.
Echo, remember.
These headlights, the Echo was probably
I did the Echo. That
roughest.
was a big change.
This is up there, though.
Yeah.
This is definitely up
Yeah,
there.
this
So it
is
has
not going to
yellow
be
headlights.
changed. That's the issue.
Okay, so for those who are listening on the audio version of this, I just want you to know, if you have a chance, tune into YouTube next week for the Q&A,
Check it out.
because you will see a Honda Accord that, let's
And-
be honest, has seen better
And
days.
between now and next week, as you drive down the street and you see just a thrashed out paint job of a Honda that's left, and it's just a skeleton view, just know that's what we're washing next week.
But it's clean.
It's clean.
It's going to be really clean.
Lucas knows.
You're going to love it.
And it's not all day Anthony Civic.
It is not all days
It is
Anthony
not.
Civic. Yeah.
It could be confused. I get
Yeah.
it.
Belongs to somebody else entirely.
Yes.
Anthony would have a conniption if his car looked like
Okay.
that.
Oh, Hans. Good day, TRC crew. Any recommendations on cleaning a vehicle with a stubborn tree sap that's been sitting on it from last spring? That sucks.
It does suck.
Well, not a fun time.
There's a couple of options. So PNS has a tree sap remover that is really good. Connor over at MVP also has one. From the chemical line that we carry, the one that I would use, I'd probably go Ulix and just gently Ulix it and let it dissolve.
That's powerful stuff.
Yeah, depending on what you
It
have.
is very powerful.
If you don't have any sort of like tree sap remover or adhesive remover, I would start with like Orange Power and then work your way up to Ulix if you can.
My experience, the only reason why I'm jumping is oftentimes when I'm dealing with that, what I'll do is I'll put it on a towel and just let it sit in those areas. And the other tool too, Hans. So when I did this, obviously I was polishing out the car. I used the plastic blade, the plastic razor blade from KCX. That in conjunction with any solvent-based or tree sap remover is a good combination. The plastic is very easy, just really get it at an angle so you're not scratching the paint. But if you do, it's very minor, especially if you're going in for a polish. But that is kind of what I would do, essentially.
Yeah. Yep. All right. I got Hans Closen, friend of the show here, popping in saying
What
hello,
up,
tell
Hans?
guys.
What's going on?
Welcome, Hans. And before we move on, I do want to ask Lucas how things are going over here on the windshield.
That car looks clean.
Very clean.
Dang right, it's clean. So we just finished polishing up the glass. Now I'm going to go through and panel prep said glass and then lay down some glass coating.
Are you
Holy
coating
smokes.
all of it?
Yeah.
He's got enough to do it. That little
Lucas,
bottle goes a long way.
I love your attitude and the vibe you bring, man. It gets me going.
Yeah, here at the rag company, they call me the vibes guy. You know what I mean? Like, somebody's got to bring the energy.
Lucas, if I may ask, are you using the brand new color of the FTW
Oh,
towel?
green.
Hey, boys, check this out.
Whoa.
Wow. I love that. You know what I like about it too, Lucas?
That's crazy.
What do you like about it?
It matches that bottle.
You're like a month early.
Oh, wait.
Well, a month and a half.
poor
early.
Nick.
Well, he just walked away.
Poor
from the
Nick zoomed
frame.
in and then you moved away.
comes back.
Wait, look
He's
at this.
coming back. Here we go.
All right, all right. You guys shift for him. He's not good. Meet him halfway, Lucas.
For the audio listeners, this is just
Yeah,
you gotta
there
watch
it is.
the video.
Oh, now it's too high,
down,
bro.
Lucas. Oh my God.
Okay, moving
Poor
on.
Nick. Nick's like,
He's
oh
trying.
man.
He is trying his best. For
And get
audio
this.
listeners, you'll just have to watch that. There's no way to show that. All right, Logan. Logan Harsh here saying what, Carson?
When will you stock Jay Leno's garage glass cleaner and Stoner's invisible glass? Never.
Yeah, that's an easy answer. Well, never say never, but very, very highly unlikely.
Now-
AutoZone will carry it.
Now,
Next question.
He's not saying that to be mean or rude because
sorry.
you know what, those products they work great. But I
they
say this
do.
as somebody
You
who
can't get
literally
them at
grew up.
AutoZone, that is
I knew
true.
nothing about detailing, but I knew what Stoner's Invisible Glass was, and I loved that product. That was something that was very important to me on
Yes,
like my
invisible
first
glass
car.
is great. Great product.
For those who know, my first
Great
car was a
guy.
Subaru
Great guy.
SVX. A lot of glass.
Yeah.
So had to keep that thing visible at all times, looking through
There's
it.
a joke in there. I'm just going to pass it.
Please do. Anyway, spiny cake, Gabe. What does spiny cake say?
I'm 13 and starting a car detailing business.
Ooh.
First of all, that is fantastic.
That's great.
That is awesome. Good job, Spiny Cake. I'm really passionate in the craft and I'm doing it to mostly for joy. Do you have any suggestions on things I should get?
Cool.
So again, so Spiny Cake. Think obviously the basics. You want wheel and tire cleaner. You want a good soap. You want a good glass cleaner and interior cleaner. So what I would do is, with those in mind, build out the products that fit those needs, and then just continue to perfect your process. And as you build on that process and gain more knowledge and you run into issues, because of the big thing when starting detailing on your own is there's things that you don't think about, like the previous question we had about tree sap, right? I didn't know I was going to run into tree sap or how to mitigate it. So then it was something that I had to learn. And then once I learned it, I added that to my arsenal. That way, if I run into that issue again, I can integrate it into my process. So just keep learning, keep trying new things, and just continuously build to it. But pick the things that honestly meet the processes and your desired outcomes and goals. Do you guys have anything to add to that?
I would say absolutely. I mean, there's so many great resources and great videos that we have here on YouTube, and so many good processes. So start with your process, and start on friends and family's cars first before you jump into anything. You're very young, and that's great.
That's amazing.
It's very.
There's
very
not many
good.
13-year-olds that are doing that.
Yeah. So
And if you need any cars to practice on and you're ever in Boise, Idaho, heck, we got a blue BMW out in the parking lot that you are more than welcome to test on.
you're more than welcome to look at it.
Test it. Just
and
try it. What do you think, Lucas?
You can check it out. And
Do you
I
have
will
any
show
suggestions
you what proper paint
for
correction
him?
Looks like.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of random Toyotas that show up here from time to time. So
They're
go
old,
hands-on on
Oh,
those.
Yeah.
gotcha.
All of the Toyotas are old.
They're
too,
so
it's
old,
fine.
nobody will care.
But
Yeah,
in all
absolutely.
seriousness, man, that is fantastic. Figure out your processes, build upon those, but start with the basics and then slowly build from there.
Yeah.
But that is absolutely insane. So very, 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 I'm super impressed.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Definitely start with your knowledge base.
And join us here and ask questions. Any questions that you want, we're always available as far as resources to lean on.
To this point, I do want to ask Carson, because you were a viewer before you were on this side of the camera
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
but you're actually a viewer of the show before. How old were you when you started getting into detailing?
I was probably getting into
he just
clean
turned 18,
cars.
so-
Okay, dude. I would probably say 17, 18.
Yeah.
So
So he's got a head start. I
Yeah,
mean.
absolutely. Wanting to get a clean car around there. Once you get a car that is yours. First couple years, I didn't really care how clean it was. I'd take it through the tunnel wash.
You
every
just
once
like
in a
driving
while.
it.
Yeah,
The
just like
freedom.
driving it. Yeah. And then once
See,
you started getting into the cars, you're like, oh, I want to go wash it.
When I was 13, I wasn't in I was obsessed with cleaning cars, so I had to clean my parents' cars, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I mean, we didn't have YouTube, we didn't have all
Right.
of this, and I used products like Armor All and stuff like that to clean, and I was super stoked with the results out of that. And looking back, I wish we had the products that we
Yeah.
have today.
I didn't like go into the deep end of this, and I
Yeah.
say deep end like I'm super meticulous about things
You are
until
now.
like probably 3 or 4 years ago.
No, and in
Carson-
fairness, that everybody. Oh, I was gonna say everybody jokes that I don't know how to wash a car or something like that. Realistically, before I ever did any of this stuff, I was washing my car in
Yeah.
the driveway from time to time, but it was with a brown bucket that was shaped like a square. It was from the 80s,
Oh my
and I had
gosh.
Meg's Gold Class soap,
Oh,
with it, which is
Dane.
actually decent, and some other Turtle Wax products, and then occasionally that would be what found its way onto
Do you
want to
know how I know that? Do you want to know how I know that?
He knows. And a merino wool
Go
mitt.
look at one of the earliest YouTube videos where I'm standing in the driveway
You
with
got
the
to
junk
use some
man.
of those
yeah,
old products
absolutely.
from my parents' garage.
Yeah, wearing your brother's tight shorts.
Hey, they were very
There's a clip
tight.
of that somewhere.
It's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like it's like the third or fourth video on our YouTube channel.
If you just go to YouTube channel and you sort videos by oldest, you will find a gold mine,
Oh
my
my
friends.
gosh.
All right, moving
Yeah,
along
let's move
here.
on. Let's not remind them about that anymore.
Spiny
Someone
Cake,
find
though,
that.
I wish you the best
Dude,
of luck.
Spiny
I think
Cake
that's
is
great.
awesome. Spiny Cake, ask questions as needed. Do as much as you want. We're here for you, buddy.
Yeah, make sure you hit that like button, by the way, guys. Like, we got to make sure these streams get love and keep getting
and
viewership.
1,000
so we can
likes
keep doing it.
because we need to see Lucas bald.
It's an incredibly
In your
high
dreams,
bar.
buddy.
All right. So, Paul Woodcock here saying, good evening from a cold, wet, but thankfully snow-free Manchester, aka
Oh, nice.
in the UK. Recent convert to rinseless. Ooh, very cool. But at what point does a rinseless begin to struggle and it's better to go with a full-blown snow foam? People ask this a lot, actually.
I like that.
It comes up frequently. Everybody's kind of got their line, but going, between you guys, Lucas, I want to hear your opinion first.
What's the question?
So regarding rinseless, when is it too tough to use a rinseless and you got to move on to a soap? Where's that line for you?
For me, I would say if I know I can't safely put an APC on, so if it's really dirty, I've kind of taken this process from Bradley at ADS, where I keep a spray bottle on hand of ADS Clean diluted 10-to-1. And essentially, if I were to spray that on and I don't see it start to break it down, then you probably want to hit it with a pre-rinse. Like, I don't know, as simple as it is, just kind of use your best judgment. Like,
Yeah,
if
that's
it
a
looks
good
filthy and you feel like you should pressure rinse it off, you should probably do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, just in my experience with the stuff, when it came to rinseless is more capable than a lot of people think. I think a lot of people get scared because they think that rinseless is going to function exactly the same like soap would. So they think that when they're like, ooh, I feel like I'm dragging it across the surface here, when you do that with a rinseless, like a polymer rinseless, less so a surfactant one, but a polymer rinseless, you've got that cushion, right?
Yeah.
That separates it, says Zwitter ionic bond, that separates it from the actual surface. So instead of grinding the dirt that you're removing, people see that and they think, oh, like when I do that with soap, it grinds it in. Yeah, sure, maybe with soap it does, a surfactant type deal. But when you're doing it with something like Opto No Rinse, you've got that cushion, you've got that barrier, or Absolute, another good
Right.
example, where you've got that pillow that it's riding on that separates it from the surface. It may visually look the same to the person who's doing it, but the reality is different when you get down there on a microscope.
I
Yeah.
would agree with Lucas, absolutely. It's like there comes a point where you think, maybe I wait on this one,
Pre-soaking is always an option too.
Yeah, especially if there's like big chunks of mud, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Big chunks, a lot of debris. No. What do you think, Gabe?
So I am not a big rinseless guy. I like it
Yeah.
for certain scenarios if it's too cold outside. The other variable in mind is how clean is your car? Is your car protected? Is it not protected? Because
True.
I want to say that's the other variable, right? A rinseless wash does a fantastic job, but if you're dealing with a car that has no protection and you go and wipe the car down and it's just like you could tell the paint's thirsty, it makes it so tough. And Sometimes in those instances, I wouldn't use a rinseless. I would go straight to a foam, and then I'd try to add some sort of ceramic protection. The times that I would go rinseless mostly is on my ceramic coated car. If there's dust, I kind of have a threshold of if there's dust or let's say I drove it and it was raining and I've got like those black just dots of contamination, I'll do a rinseless. But aside from that, I typically do a foam wash. That, and I already have the setup. Yeah. But I would just say what these guys are saying is accurate. Best judgment, and obviously that when you start seeing very, very thick or larger contaminants on the paint surface, that's when you make the switch from rinseless to a foam wash.
The vehicles you work on make a big difference too, and I understand from Gabe's perspective, you're working on like a lot of cars that come from like dealers and possibly like auction stuff.
They're thrashed.
When it's a mystery what the actual history of the vehicle is, I totally get wanting to go with the let me just like kind of nuke it and then we'll go from there. Makes sense. I get that. But for somebody who's washing their own vehicles in their driveway, the history of your vehicle. It's a totally different animal. And that's where I think it's really important to consider the source. When you're doing rinseless, if it's for yourself, rinseless makes a ton of sense, even on some things that are dirtier than you might expect.
The car that Lucas is washing today is actually a good example of this, right? Yeah. It had a lot of particulates, specifically on the back, too.
Yeah.
But it's a type of car that you could have gone either way. He could have done what he indicated with pre-spraying with an APC and then hitting it with a rinseless wash, and it would have done just fine. But that car is also a coated vehicle. It's been well protected, and it's also been properly maintained. So that's an example where I would feel okay doing that. But to Dane's point, an unknown vehicle or a vehicle that I know has no protection and has very thirsty paint, I'm switching to soap.
I'm not going to fault anybody for taking that route. Carson, anything you want to add to that?
Nope. In my personal experience, I use rinseless for, the WX, the STI that we showed. I use that because it sits in the garage all winter, and it just gets a little dusty.
Highest bid gets it.
But yeah.
5,000 right now.
Moving along, we have Lloyd G, the detailer, saying, "Happy Friday, TRC team. Big shout out to all the detailers affected by the freezing and extreme weather.
Absolutely.
Stay safe and stay warm."
Absolutely.
And to that point, Lucas, if we were doing this detail outside right now, how would you be tackling this versus how you're doing it right now?
Well, I'd definitely do rinseless probably. Or actually, no, I can probably give it better. So this is exactly what I do for situations like this.
46,
so I had
46.
3 cars last weekend that I did, and it was just above freezing, around 34. I got a little lucky in that scenario because this client does have hot water tap, so I get away with that. But even if I didn't have that, I'd get like a pre-foam. So like for me, I've been using Built Hamper Touchless.
Nice.
I'll spray it usually on the lowers because I don't feel it. It's super unnecessary to do the entire car. Like just use the product that you need to. There's no need to use excessive water.
Because you wash those ones pretty continuously, right?
Yeah, they're well maintained.
Okay.
So, but for those ones, so basically just I'd say the lower half and the back, maybe front bumper, hit it with Touchless. Let it dwell for like 3 minutes, rinse it off, and immediately start moving to a panel by panel rinseless wash, dry as I go. Yeah. So if I do run into any freezing issues, I can just pre-spray it, wipe it off with warm water, and it'll be fine. So.
And one more point regarding rinseless stuff, because I know it seems obvious to all of us who spend time around the lingo of detailing and stuff, but for people who aren't familiar and hear rinseless wash, your inclination may be, that means you don't rinse the car off before doing it. And you're like, okay, yeah, but people get mixed up on the whole rinseless aspect, thinking it means you can't rinse or you can't do something before like a pre-soak or something. It's like, no, you can still do that. The point is when you're done, when you're finished cleaning, you don't need to rinse it off after that because the product effectively neutralizes itself. Correct. All you're doing is drying it off at that point because the cleaning is done, ideally. That's the whole point of a rinseless. That's the difference between using that versus soap, where you got to rinse it off after you've done your agitation, your scrubbing, and all that. Right. So that's where the rinseless part of the name comes from. And I feel like people they get lost in the weeds on that one.
Yeah, it's definitely confusing. I can see.
They get pedantic, and I think people just miss the point.
That's a big word.
It's a real word. Sal from Details here saying, shout out to the whole TRC production team. always putting on a dope
Thank you,
show.
Sal.
Absolutely.
Also saying that the audio is great, the visuals and commentary are the best. Sal,
Thank you, Sal.
that's so much love,
Shout out
dude.
to them.
Holy smokes.
Right back at you, dude. We appreciate you. And it was great to see you guys at SEMA this year.
It was.
I know these guys didn't get to experience
didn't
that,
get
but
to
I
see
got
you.
to say hi. And,
I did.
yeah.
Carson
I
got
talked
to
to him
see-
Oh, Carson
at
did,
the,
yeah.
Two
the
out
Coach
of the
Kimmy.
3 people in this
Yep.
table, Dane, got to go
Yeah,
to
that's
SEMA.
right.
Yep.
No consolation prizes this
No
year.
consolation prize for Gabe.
No,
Yeah.
no, that's right.
Yeah.
I
I got
let
the
Gabe
consolation
go in my
prize this
place
year.
last year. That was the move. All
Oh
right.
my God.
Moving along here, we've got more in the way of fine detailing, saying Uno Advanced slaps need to try P602 though.
I think P602 was what we were
That's
talking
what you were
about.
referencing.
Yeah,
Yep.
and that's what we used.
Thank you,
It was-
Ryan.
It was phenomenal.
Okay. Now, I've got you here. We kind of discussed this, but Gabe, go ahead and reiterate for Jeff C. here.
Okay, regarding the color burst towels that came in an 80-20 blend, were there black and gray heavy metal special edition also 80-20? Was the black and gray metal one? I think it was. Yes.
Yes, but they didn't have the same issues.
Yeah.
No. Different animal. So, there's your answer, Jeff. We've got Devin here. Is the orange P6 pad harder or softer than the F6 yellow pad? Thanks. Anybody feel free to weigh in on this.
I haven't played around with it enough to really give
Yeah, the
you.
Coach. I'm assuming you're talking about the Coach Kimmy pads.
Typically, the orange is a little bit more. In fact, I have it right here.
You want to go check them?
He's grabbing them right now out of the...
There should be in the back there.
There we go.
Is P602 the cut and finish?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There we
I'm
go.
right.
All right.
So,
Comparatively.
actually, this is a bad one because I use this one. Hold on.
Real world testing happening right before
There
your
we go.
eyes. All right, Gabe's here with the bigger pads.
So, I got the wrong one. P6 and F6.
Man, he's just getting everything but them. Hey, Lucas, how's it going over there on the detail while Gabe finagles around for
It's going
pads?
pretty good. I'm just listening to him struggle to find the answer.
Normal.
If I can
back.
chime in, I got
All
it.
right.
So, the answer is this. The yellow pad is definitely more coarse.
There you go.
Cool.
Done and done. Well, that took all the time in the world, but
Yeah.
we're good.
Oh, wait, dang it, I got the wrong pads again.
I know,
Oh my
that's why I'm
gosh.
scared.
Somebody
Like that.
stop this man.
Stop me.
Oh, boy. Okay. Carson,
I could just
you're
give the answer
always doing
to that
content
question,
brain
but-
stuff with Jimmy. I think this is a fun one for you
I'd
to
rather
weigh
let
in
Gabe
on.
struggle.
Lloyd, what
That's
is saying?
fine. Orange is softer.
Any plans on doing a versus product bit? And how many of you know Green Star has resin neighbors in it? Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I did not know
doing a
that.
versus
And then
product bit.
that would be cool. I'm not sure.
The hard thing with versus,
Yeah.
just with us, is when it comes to product testing, we like to give, again, there's a lot that's subjective, but we try to do our best foot forward as far as making sure that when we do versus and stuff, we're being fair to all brands and we're not throwing any brand under the table, right?
Yeah.
That's why I use the term processes. Versus videos would be fun, but that's ultimately why we don't do that.
We're very,
Do you
we're
have
very education focused, and so we don't want to
Yep.
throw anybody under the bus or anything.
Yeah.
like
Now,
that.
what I do want to point out, though, is because I know some people will hear those opinions or those takes and think, oh, so you guys just, don't actually have opinions on stuff and you're
Oh,
not
we
going to
have
share
opinions.
and you're going to somehow dance around something. It's like, no, actually, I find those product testing videos who did the blind product testing videos are fantastic.
Yes.
Because it takes all the ego, all the bias, everything out of it, and you guys are just talking about the actual experience you're having using the products.
It's one of my
A
favorites.
lot of banter.
They're great.
Because I'm a part of the side that gets to buy the products. I know what products you guys are going to test. You don't. So
Well, I don't know. The last couple of videos, I did.
Well, there was some
You're wrong.
curveballs.
Get that?
You guys have thrown some curveballs out there for
Detail
sure.
factory
Lucas,
curveballs?
you experienced those product testing videos along with the other guys. You enjoy that process? It's a good time. See, hear that? No,
liked it.
but
God,
as far
he's a
as
vibes guy, man. I'm telling you, Lucas is a vibes guy.
You liked it.
No, as far as they go, though, I find that that's probably the best when it comes to like any kind of versus product kind of. Even though you're not pitting products against each other, you're pitting products with no like bias attached to them or anything like that against what the detailers using them are familiar with. Yes. And I really like that kind of style because it does force them to think on their feet and really evaluate the things that matter to them.
Exactly.
So you get to see like the personality come through and the things that you guys prefer, what you want from a given product.
Yep.
And because the only names on the bottles are like anonymous bottles, it just says what the product does. It doesn't like give a brand name or a product name. You don't really know until the very end.
Yeah.
So that does really get the most unbiased, results. I love those videos. So if you haven't seen those before, I really recommend checking those out, Lloyd.
Yeah.
All right. Next up. And plus, as a brand, that's always a difficult thing is like on YouTube, if you're an individual who's just unaffiliated with anything and you're making your own content, you can throw anybody and everybody under the bus just because it's going to get you views and that's what people want to see is all that. Rawr. But at the end of the day, when you're a brand, you've got to be smarter about how you approach this stuff because obviously there are legal things to consider, but also just like what's worth your time. And like also being negative generally just kind of sucks. So I get there's a thirst for that kind of stuff from time to time.
Carson, what's my saying? We like to what?
He's forced me to say this. We like to have fun here.
Oof.
You heard it. You heard it.
It's not even funny. He has it tattooed on his back.
Okay.
I do not.
So my point for all of that was
I don't.
we definitely have very strongly held personal opinions about products, but there's a time and a place where it makes sense, and it comes through in different ways. But
yeah,
you'll mostly see it in the way we handle things.
I'm gonna be Anthony. All right,
You're getting.
All right, let's talk about movies for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving along, we've got Jeff C here. Sorry, these are the things I get
Will the
hung up
Colorburst
on.
towels in the attendance 73 blend come someday? Maybe. We are still in talks with that. We're still in talks. A lot to come, though. I will say that. A lot of fun stuff.
All right, next up, I got Bad. What's he saying? Carson.
I cleaned the car's fabric seats using Polestar. After they dried, some stains came back visible. Is there a solution to remove them?
So what happens is, depending on how often or how much liquid you use, what happens is you are saturating potentially the cushion in your seat. The foam. So what's happening is, even though it looks clean, what it's doing is it's rejecting and it's pushing all the liquid back up. So your stain is going to come back. So a trick that you can do, and this sounds extremely odd, with a rotary, you get a wool pad and you focus on the surface. Or a very simple trick would be spray a towel with Polestar or even Express and just focus on the area while it's dry. Don't get it super wet. You're then going to clean the surface of the actual cloth interior versus introducing moisture into the foam, because when you do that, it wicks back up into the surface. So that is what you're dealing with. That was one thing that early on in my detailing processes I struggled with. In fact, I learned that from Levi. The other thing too is you can do is put a towel after if you've oversaturated the surface and it's really wet, put like a liquidator or a heavy drying towel and just let it sit on the seat. That way the drying towel takes up most of the moisture and it doesn't sit on the seat, leaving you a stain.
And apologies to all our audio listeners who probably found out that Gabe doesn't understand every time he hits the table, you're getting beaten in the eardrums.
Are you?
Yeah. So,
did we get a comment about it?
No, but I'm hearing it in advance. All right, Sheepstar Detail. Oh, wrong house. Oh, he showed up in the wrong place.
Oh yeah,
Whoopsie.
you're darn right. It's the wrong house.
Yeah,
This is the house. This is the house.
Anyway.
Oh wait. No,
Viking
Lucas has. Wait, Lucas even looked up. Look at him.
Huh?
He's busy.
He looked up. When he heard that comment, you saw that he looked up like a deer in headlights.
Hey, man.
I'm definitely not dragging this out. All right,
Go do
Viking
your own thing,
Suite.
guys.
Installed armor glass, wondering how it holds up in the Northeast with salt-covered windshields.
I think it should hold up quite a while. You know, it's a great glass coating.
He's in Quebec.
Yeah, I think it should hold up quite a while.
Okay. And then I've got Amber here. Amber says, Dane, you are not an old man because you recognize the phrases. I don't even know what unk or chopped are. All right. Well,
see, I didn't.
Carson, Carson
Gabe
knows.
is also the oldest at this table,
Amber,
so it
I'm
makes
not
sense.
the oldest at this table.
He's
No, he is.
internally he's like 3 times his
No,
actual
Gabe's like
age.
45, so it's fine.
Here's
What
the,
you say that like it's old?
I'm not 45. I'm not even past my mid 30s.
Well, I'm just thinking of our listeners, and they go, "Hold on,
my
I'm 45."
God.
This is
No,
cool.
listeners, you're fine. We're just making fun of Gabe.
Oh, it's exclusive.
got
with
it,
Gabe.
got
Okay.
it.
It's
Yeah.
Gabe, it's fine.
It's suddenly okay.
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. So moving along, this is something I've seen come up a lot online lately. Different groups, videos, stuff like that. Michael DeBlau wants to know what's the best products for a clogged coating.
'Kay.
You know, when people talk about clogged coating, start with a higher alkaline soap, I presume. Best no clay treatment? Question mark.
Yeah, I think we'll all go like say our process. We'll say it really quick because Gabe will like to drag this
No,
on.
go ahead. Go.
I go decon soap. So Armor Detail Supply decon soap. Foam it on first. Rinse. Foam that same thing on again, and then I'm gonna go ahead and contact wash it.
Wow, who taught you that? That's a
And
cool
then
process there,
I'm
Carson.
going to
Oh,
iron, foam it one more time with decon soap, so 3 foams.
all
It's a little
right.
excessive,
That's
but that's okay. And then I'm going to clay bar. So I'm going to use a synthetic clay with our clay scrubber, our TRC clay scrubber, and that's what I'm going to do.
That's a lot of soap.
That is a lot of soap, but that's what I feel comfortable doing, and that's what I'm going to do.
I like reactivation shampoo. It's pretty freaking awesome stuff.
Yeah.
If it's extremely clogged, what I will do is I will do the dwell process, kind of like what Carson said. Decon soap, let it dwell, rinse, and then a pH neutral or reactivation shampoo. While the soap is on the car, if it needs claying, I will do a light clay with a synthetic, like the clay scrubber, and then do a rinse.
That's a good one. That's a good way too.
Lucas, how about you?
Yeah.
Clog coatings. Yeah, alkaline soap. I always go chemical before mechanical. So alkaline soap, acid shampoo, or water spot remover. I would argue that a water spot remover is going to be a little bit stronger. If that doesn't take it off, then that's probably when I'd move to clay, or contact wash, of course, and then clay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yep. Sweet. Then we got Sal back in saddle again, saying only people that care about fillers are detailers.
True.
80% of the clients don't care.
Yeah.
Now, I would say, yeah.
That is true.
The concern over fillers is mostly to do with the fact that they disappear with time, and so the client is
It's
then left
temporary.
with exposed stuff. Now, whether the client knows that or not is up to the detailer to communicate that with the client, if that's something that they're interested or concerned about. Maybe it was like a bonus, and they're like, oh, by the way, I did this.
Right.
And they're just kind of like stoked, like, okay, but they don't understand the process. So I think it's more to do with like communication above all else. That's the biggest key.
Transparency is the biggest thing for me.
Don't be shady.
Yeah, this is the part where I always want to be over transparent in that sense. In fact, it's funny because we joke with Dane whenever he's selling a car, he's the guy to buy from because
I literally tell you everything.
He'll write a novel
every time.
But and this is where even though we give him a hard time, this is where I would write a novel, sort metaphorically speak, and over explain that to a customer because I want them to be happy with their final result. I don't want them to be disappointed.
I don't want them
that their car looks fine for 2 weeks. Well, I want them to come back, but come back for
if
more
you're a
business.
detailer, if you're a detailer, you want to come back. If I sell a car, I don't want them coming back.
Yet they always
you
do.
want
No,
them
I'm
to
just
come
kidding.
back, but you don't want them to come back for a while.
Yeah. So
Carson does not want to see a Subaru again after this is over.
Well, in the nicest way.
Well, I mean,
the nicest way.
After we solidify the deal after the show today, he'll see it every other day.
Gabe,
all right.
You're
The
not
days that
buying
it's
my
not
car.
in the shop, you know what I'm saying?
Sal, you raise a good point, though. Yeah, the people who get hung up on it, definitely detailers. So
I'm
Amber
seriously
here,
gonna miss the Subaru names.
I don't.
He won't.
Yeah, I
okay.
won't.
Amber Atkinson. All right. She's got a friend in Mount Shasta, California,
Okay.
who just bought a new truck.
Nice.
My wife went to visit, and I went along with a kit of rinseless wash,
Nice.
all TRC products.
Heck yeah.
Amber,
that.
you rock. That's awesome.
Amber does. All right. Now we've got moving along. Ooh, okay. GT pointing out that the TRC Ultra Gun is looking good. That was from earlier. Man, these comments, we went through a bunch behind here. Amber with a good question, though. What's the difference between a glaze and an all-in-one? A glaze does not provide protection. An all-in-one does.
There you go.
Easy.
That's a very
Quick.
simple way to approach it.
Yeah.
But if you want more details, these guys can weigh in while I find another good comment here for you.
Yeah, I think
That-
Dane
yeah,
kind
you
of
hit it.
it on the
Yeah,
head. Yeah,
yeah.
that's great.
We don't.
All right. Then I've got Michael.
Hey
saying-
guys, this is my first time joining alive, but I have watched lots of TRC videos. Hello from Los Angeles. What ceramic coating is on the Honda, and how long ago was it installed? It looks great. So this one is, we were just testing it out. It's a CCI 5-year coating, and I think we applied it last summer.
I don't remember when.
Nick, do you remember? I'm almost a year.
Oh,
So it was just after TRCMA, so it'll be a year this late April.
Sweet.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you. Well, like we always say, we're always testing stuff behind the scenes, trying various things.
Yeah.
Some work, some don't. But, people are always like, well, how do we know what's going to be new? It's like,
Yeah.
we don't know until we decide we like something enough, whether it's a full line or a given product. It's always happening, though, behind the
You
scenes.
even
here.
coated a
Constant
tire on
progress.
this car, I think. Dude, Lucas, speaking of which, it's now like I'm remembering which one. Did you?
No, it's not there.
Okay. All right. Cool,
right.
cool.
Wilson here saying, is TRC going to stock the pink M22, or is that going to be an ADS exclusive? Armor Detail Supply.
Stay tuned.
It's on the site.
But yes, you can get it at Armor Details.
You can get it both.
All right. Angry Monkey Detailing. Carson, please.
I think having videos of how to get crazy things out of seats and carpets would be great. Many people call a detailer to get those things out. Thanks.
That would be a good series. I know that interior is not always the quote-unquote sexy part, if you will.
Yeah.
So that is something that, I know Jimmy and Carson are both working behind the scenes, especially on the main channel, to kind of formulate some game plans. He's already got some videos, really awesome videos planned out for the year, but that's something we could bring up to him.
Yeah,
Good idea.
Absolutely. I mean, and we can always do some short form on some smaller things, not full on YouTube, length videos, but some short forms for smaller things.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Now this one's for Lucas, because Jimbo Slice wanted to know what he was
Jimbo.
polishing the glass with.
I was using PNS Rehab with a blue Rupes wool pad because we didn't have any microfiber pads in the building, apparently.
I know. I'm sorry, Lucas.
So you're going to have to put that on your next replenishment order with me, buddy.
Well, you're going to get it tomorrow morning, so you're going to...
Somebody's going to get replenished.
Yeah.
All right. Eric, DIY. In dusty areas, any tricks or differences in wash process to reduce dust collection on the car? Lucas, what's your take?
In dusty areas, any tricks or differences in wash process to reduce dust collecting on the car? Toppers or something like a quick detailer that does have anti-static, so like PNS paint gloss, Kush Chemi FSE, Amplify. I've never really had any dusting issues with.
I love Amplify.
But, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's any of those three.
What about you guys? Any difference of opinion on this?
I know you didn't say where specifically. For tire dressing, I'm gonna actually hit it with full send. Full send does kind of have that.
A rinse aid too.
Anti-static.
Anti-static.
Rinse aids are also good options. One that I use that I preach this one. It is a sleeper, Hypersil.
Oh, here we go.
You know what though, Carson? It works. Rinse aid is like the closest thing to a spray-on ceramic coating.
Hyperseal is a phenomenal product. Don't get me wrong.
It is insane.
But Gabe is the biggest cheerleader for Hyperseal.
You're gosh darn right I am.
I think he has stock in Hyperseal.
Yeah. So if you can, make sure you buy Hypersil.
Yep.
Your promo code is
Garcia Bros.
Garcia
10.
Bros. Hypersil.
Gisaloo 10.
All right.
Save you 10%.
Yeah, use code Gisaloo at checkout. Smiles says, finna try out the Detail Factory
There you go.
clean screen
It's
this
awesome.
weekend. That's
It's
what
pretty
called.
sweet. Yeah.
Yes. And as far as the polisher that Lucas was using, the one last week was the Raven. Was this week's one your ShineMate?
This one's.
Yes, that is
Okay.
my personal ShineMate EB212.
Okay.
Where did you get that, Lucas?
So we have a really good buddy in the industry named Ryan Weiss from Fine Detailing AZ. So if you go to finedetailingsupplies.com, you can
All
pick
right.
yourself up an EB212 polisher.
There you go.
Use code.
Promo code Lucas.
DTD10. No, I'm just kidding.
Ida Pro. Yeah. Super Auto here. We got Al here for the second half.
Did you say Ida Pro?
Yeah, man.
That's pretty good because he's from Idaho. I get it. There you
That's
go.
how it
All
works.
right.
That's
Thanks
how
for
it
explaining the
works.
joke.
Yeah, I figured I'd
Appreciate it.
Much
explain
funnier
that.
now.
Thank you. Just doesn't explain anything
Thank
for
you,
the rest
Al.
of the.
Dan's Diamond Detailing drove a stick shift Echo
There you
for 11
go.
years. Still got PTSD from that from 01. Oh, 0109. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dan, the one that I did was pretty dirty.
That was a Q&A episode.
That was some work.
That was tough.
Yeah.
Real tough.
Diamond tough, as some people say.
And now we're on to page 1. I got to say, Neil White, very complimentary of Lucas's work here, saying the CRV looks like it just drove out of a showroom
Lucas-
at
Man.
a dealership.
Lucas is a professional. There's a reason why
what I do
he
for a
does
living,
what
guys.
he does.
We actually have somebody who did work at a Honda dealership. Carson, does this in fact look like something that would have driven off the showroom
It
floor?
actually looks better than what would drive off at the Honda,
There it
the
is.
local
Hear
Honda
that?
showroom floor.
Me right there.
Bam.
Yeah.
I know who used to detail there, and
Yeah.
it looks better.
Step your game up, folks.
And that's why Carson left.
All right.
That and
Well,
a couple other reasons.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay. So then we've got commentary from Fine Detailing. That FTW should be teal.
Yep.
This guy with his teal stuff, man.
He and
loves
Sid.
teal stuff.
He and Sid.
But we got love here for the green.
That's
Yeah,
good.
okay. Definitely replacing my
There we
orange with the green.
The green is
Yeah.
pretty dang cool.
Mm-hmm.
We're this far behind, Dane?
That's where we're at. This is page 1, though.
Oh my
this is like
gosh.
Okay.
actually caught
Okay.
up. So David here, love the energy, Lucas. It reminds me of Opti representative Nick.
Yep.
Ooh.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
I am perplexed by this. All Day Anthony
Oh
has
my gosh.
found the time.
I think because we said his name a couple
Wait,
times, it summoned
Wait,
him.
no,
We
didn't.
Beetlejuiced him.
We said
Yeah,
Anthony. All Day Anthony is a superstar.
Candymanned
Oh my
him.
gosh.
Yeah, we Candyman him.
Yeah, he was thinking about that green Honda Accord in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that actually haunted him.
Do you think he heard about the old man jokes that we were throwing at him?
I hope not.
Yeah.
I don't.
No.
Probably not. He definitely won't scroll
Yeah.
back in
Yeah,
this
definitely
in a
won't.
panic looking
Yeah.
for where we said.
I mean, why
mean
would
things.
he care?
That's
It's
true.
just-
That's right. He doesn't care. He just
doesn't-
lets run off him like water off a duck's back, right?
Yeah, like a great ceramic coating that you
A
can
great
find
ceramic-
at
just-
theradcompany.com.
And Neil, what's
Okay, Neil. Dane's not right. I carry a spray bottle of Onar with me in my cars just in case of
yeah.
emergency bird bombs. That's fair. Or a wireless like Adapt.
Yeah, I was
Neil?
gonna say I'd like Adapt.
I like Adapt.
in my corner? Appreciate you. All right, next up we've got. Oh, this is a good one. Wilson pointing out there is a great rinseless video using my old F350. That was Levi working
Oh,
on my
yeah.
F350, where he showed like how dirty is too dirty for rinseless
Yeah.
wash.
That was
That's
pretty dirty.
exactly what was kind of being asked about earlier. If you want a video reference, just go look that up on our channel. It's
That's-
perfect for that.
That's
video.
where the great Will Thrash story came into place.
Man,
off
it's
of that
just
video.
a whole thing.
It's a
All
whole
right,
thing.
next up, real detailing questions because we just hit that 4 o'clock mark. Last one here, Archie Nerd.
Go ahead, Carson.
Hey TRC, stuck between MZR or Carpet Bomber for fabric. I heard Carpet Bomber is good, but I can use MZR and other materials too. Can you help me? Absolutely. So MZR from Koch Chemie or Carpet Bomber from PNS. So a Carpet Bomber is going to be citrus based.
Yeah, and the other thing, keep in mind, Carpet Bomber is also part of the Carpet system.
Correct.
Carpet Bomber, Finisher, and Terminator.
Yep.
It's a system for a reason. You use them together.
How
to
dirty is your
benefit.
carpet? And
Yeah.
to the point that we've been talking about processes, right? You just made the point that MZR is something that you can use on multiple materials of your interior. So the question I have is, how dirty is your carpet? What's too dirty? If it's too dirty, where do you feel like MZR is not going to do the trick? integrate the carpet system. Otherwise, go MZR all day.
I would say MZR just because I was so blown away with even a 10-to-1 dilution on leather seats that looked, I mean, Gabe saw the leather seats. They looked super clean, and by the end of it, my towel was really dirty, even though the seats looked super clean. So I can't recommend MZR enough. And so, I would say MZR unless you get the full carpet system.
So I've actually got 2 more questions I want to get to. Then we'll check in again with Lucas, and then we'll round this thing out.
Sounds good. Sorry, Nick.
I've got Jeff here asking, hello from rainy Portland. Old newbie here. How do you tell if your coating is clogged versus just dead? Approach both scenarios the same way? Question mark.
Well, there's 2 things, right? How old? There's a few variables, Jeff. One, what did the manufacturer say your coating was based out of the box? That's one thing to kind of measure or gauge. 2, think about the environment in which your vehicle lives at. Does it live in the garage or does it live outside, right? Portland, it's pretty moderate. It's mostly rainy, but the best way to do it is just do a wash, a declogging wash like we talked about, as you mentioned. If that doesn't do the trick and it is still flat, then that's probably a sign that your coating is dead.
Okay. Yeah, I would absolutely agree. If you're at that 2.5-year mark and your coating's rated for 3, you're probably there.
Correct.
Okay. Then our last question before I go over to Lucas, we got the Bays Mesa wing, and had a customer use ADS Hero on an Infinity interior and said it left streaks. He didn't measure dilution, and it sounds like he went way too heavy on the product. I think that's the issue. Any experience with that?
Yes,
absolutely.
That is 100% the issue. Keep in mind, dilution is key. There's a reason why, whether it's rinseless or any manufacturer dilution on a bottle, you got to follow it.
Yeah, it's a rinseless. I mean, assuming you probably just went and poured it in.
Thank you, David.
Yeah. So that definitely is the way that went down. And thank you to both of you who popped in there at the end. Make sure you're hitting that like button as we round out the show. But before we go, I want to check in with Lucas. Did you run into any interesting details along the way while cleaning up this CRV?
Yeah, give us the details.
Yeah, I got nothing special for you, man. It's pretty straightforward. Got it cleaned up. It looks smoking good, so, somebody's going to be a happy camper when they see this bad boy. That's all I'm going to say.
Dude, Lucas, you're the man, and just shout out to you and the entire customer service team. You guys do a fantastic job answering questions and helping customers. So you guys really, really do. Go above and beyond.
For those who don't know, Lucas... Lucas is part of the customer service team here at TRC. So when he's not doing this detailing here, he's actually over there answering the phones, emails, comments, all that good stuff. You are, in fact, talking to real people when you do that. So pretty cool.
He can answer these questions a lot quicker sometimes.
It's true.
Yeah, he gets them every day.
So with all that stuff in mind, Lucas, would you be interested in being a part of Q&A next week while I'm out of here?
Dude, I'd love to. I think the people would love it.
Let's
make a plan.
You could wash the car again.
No. I'm saying
I'm
he
gonna
gets
get
to sit
down
at
and
the
dirty
desk
on a car next week. It's gonna be crazy.
Carson,
I'm not washing the car
Carson
next
is
week.
washing.
I'll wash it. I got it.
Okay. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. We appreciate you watching, listening, everything you did today. From the whole crew here, a big thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Hit
Genuinely.
that like. Make sure you subscribe to the Rag Company YouTube channel, and you'll have these guys to look forward to next week. I'm bouncing out, so you guys have fun.
Heck yeah, guys. We'll see you guys.